Yeah, because the thing with Honkai is that the starter characters, they get put on the real banners. Starter characters in Genshin don't.
Alright, we're live.
You have to get them in the main.
What's up, folks? It's me, Levi. I'm your host. Wait, is this not... Are we not doing a bit here?
Not quite.
We're just live.
Okay. Yeah, hey everybody, welcome to the stream of... I mean, I don't know, like, I think it's just Wolf here, but... I'm in voice chat with some of the collab artists from the RWBY collabs, just to fill the deafening silence while I work. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just trying to design a new character. Actually, I will put down like just a list of who's here so you can keep track. Let me add a text box. Well, yeah, as you were, gentlemen, while I try to add this thing.
Yeah. Why don't we introduce ourselves kind of round robin style?
I just checked your Twitch. You're not live.
Oh no, I'm on YouTube.
Oh, you're on YouTube. Got it. Okay.
It's on YouTube.com.
Okay. So I thought you were streaming on Twitch again. Got it.
Yeah.
So can you kind of take the lead here and introduce yourself? Kind of give us a template to work with.
Me?
No, Saito. It's his stream, so I figured it'd be best if he kind of sets the precedent, you know, and kind of gives us a creative space to kind of engage in.
What do you have in mind?
I mean, like, if you wanted us to introduce ourselves to your stream, I think you should kind of kick the ball downfield here.
Okay, well.
Oh,
Okay.
hold on, let me back up. I'll get the punt. I'm just gonna.
Well, first off, so if you guys checked my Twitter, you'll see that we posted like this big art collab thing for the 10th anniversary of RWBY, and that one this is like a huge what do you want to call it, collage group picture of like almost all the named characters in RWBY. I drew Sage and the Grim for that, and what do you call it? And right now I'm just in voice chat with some of the artists that helped work on it as well. So on the who we have here presently, we have Levi, who is currently absent, LeviLagann. We have oh, there you are. So currently we have LeviLagann over here, who drew Pira. Yeah, he drew Pira. I'll link it in the description probably so you can see who did what. We have ModdedJoker, who did Neo.
Howdy.
We have Straight, Test Straight, and who did you draw against Straight? Let me remind me.
I did not draw a character in this collab.
Straight drew that pile.
No, I drew nothing.
But he was in the previous ones. Sure.
Yeah, I'm not.
I think
The wrong collab to take time off.
And then we have Kenzie here. Kenzie, were you in this collab? I mean, this last one?
Yes. I this is my first collab. I drew on Ren, which is Ren's mother.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Dope.
So they were just minding their business, and then I barged in to drag them into my stream, and that's sort of where we are right now.
Kicking and screaming.
That did happen though. Yeah.
He's got his art.
I mean, we are just honored to be here though. I wish I could see in media res all of us in YouTube together, but I lack the ability to check YouTube and talk to you all at the same time, so I'm just gonna trust that it's really really glitz and glam on Saito's YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's happening. I could
check, but
I opened the stream, but I have it muted so that I'm not hearing all the echo from everybody.
Yeah. I'm trying to edit this guest list. Yeah. Guess. Smaller. Okay.
So since I'm not watching the stream, what is it that you're doing right now, Saito? You're designing a new character, right?
Yeah. Kudos to the artist. The collab was awesome. There we go. Let's.
The one did such amazing work. It's insane.
Yeah. Let me bump up your volume a bit. Yeah. So what I'm doing right now, maybe I could probably try to stream it on Discord as well, and hope my
Your
PC
computer doesn't catch fire.
Yeah. Where's my clip? So I'm trying to design a character. And funny story about this one. This one happened. It quite literally appeared to me in a dream, because I had just finished my stream yesterday, and then I took a nap. And while taking a nap, I had a dream about like this kind of character doing like a bunch of parkour stuff in like a cyberpunk type city, and that gave me like an idea for a character, which I'm gonna try to sketch out today. But of course with the sort of wizardy flavor, because this is what
like parkour wizard. Okay.
Yeah, kind of like
parkour wizard sounds like an amazing idea.
Some modern fantasy, urban fantasy, or whatever they call it.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of RWBY adjacent, I guess.
What's the name of their one thing, like steel something or other?
Oh yeah, I mean that was kind of
One.
that's kind of like a separate thing, but it's very similar. So this one is just called Project Wand, because there's no name for it yet.
Dude, Saito out here making, moving on to new projects before he's even got a name. You gotta just.
Yeah,
He's always working on something. He's always cooking.
That's the
Always.
ADHD grind set, baby.
Yeah, put the Sigma grind set to shame.
Yeah, this is the Ligma grind set.
So, Kenzie, Joker, and Shrey, do you guys have you ever entertained the idea of an AU or an original universe IP thing?
Like a RWBY AU, you mean?
I mean any, because we have Saito has about 19 if the science checks out, and I think it
Give or
does.
take.
Has about 19 AUs.
Oh,
all
yeah.
of them are relatively fleshed out. So I'm curious if any of you guys have any of your own, or have ever considered having one.
I've considered doing like original universe stuff, only because I've made so many OCs over the years, but it's stuff that it's more just sort of entertaining the thought instead of actually like putting any effort into it. But if I ever did put effort into something, I do have a webcomic plan.
Okay, cool.
Original.
I've been just thinking about it, my own, like an original thing for essentially almost a decade now, but I never sat down and actually made things. Cause the more I think about it, the more I hate things, and the more I just keep doing it. So I just end up in this endless loop of not creating anything. Which, like, I've heard it's a very common thing. Which, yeah, that makes sense.
Do you have even like character designs in mind that you've made, or?
No, see, like, exactly. I just don't make anything.
Oh damn.
I think I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be how the main character is, and then like a week later, I think about it again. I'm like, no, that sounds cringe. I'm not gonna do that.
No, that's a terrible idea.
So
what kind of idiot would do that?
yeah. As for RWBY, I always thought it'd be like, I thought it'd be a fun way to like practice like making a manga, to just like do a retelling of the story. Not like at least of the first, like similarly to how the actual canonical manga did it.
Yeah.
Or quote unquote canonical manga did it. Yeah, that's like they just told the first 2 volumes, but like changed very slight things, or like expanded on things.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be fun. Like it'd be a fun way of practicing. Of like, this is how it's like to make a manga.
I see. Yeah.
So, like I thought that'd be a fun thing to do. I haven't really thought of like making an AU for RWBY. Most like it's like. Nothing gonna work.
You've never been pulled by the lures of an OC team.
Well, as you're aware, I've made a total of 1 OC in my.
That is true, actually. I should have known. I answered that question before I asked it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but
You should have known.
we typically don't have an audience, so yes. No, I have not I had not thought about that at all.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I have thought about it. I've just been lazy. And until recently, I didn't have like
There's one weakness.
I didn't have the proper like the pieces hadn't like aligned to essentially like force me kicking and screaming to make a character.
That's fair.
And now you're doing everything in your power to kill her, so we'll find out.
Oh, I am trying actively to vanquish and scrub her from the canon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll from really. So the D&D character was the first one you've made.
Yeah.
From an OC. Interesting.
Yeah, because like
So,
even though I've played D&D before, I've never like actually taken the time to like draw the character. Like,
Oh, okay.
I just wanna get this out in the clear then, so I can kind of put you on blast here on Saito's stream. Am I correct in understanding that you have played D&D before? You played with me, I know that much.
Yeah.
And you've not ever drawn your character?
No.
Huh.
I have not.
That sounds weird. What is that?
Now
maybe because I just like suffer from like terminal weebness where I just cannot draw anything if it doesn't have tits. So.
Okay.
Well.
Okay, so you've just always been playing as the guy. No, never playing as the girl.
Yeah, like well.
You've never been the.
I can't even hide
character?
behind that. I can't even hide behind that because I'm playing in another campaign. I am playing as a woman, and I just didn't draw her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
okay,
that's
he is just lazy. He is just lazy.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, give yourself some credit. You just kind of made a cool campaign. Made me want to draw my character.
No, that's I'm flattered. I'm touched. I'm moved through mountains. But I am. That's D&D is so often a perfect little creative outlet for so many of us adult-minded kids that it's almost bizarre for me to hear that somebody hadn't given someone of your caliber hadn't made artwork of your character. That's very surprising, actually.
I've drawn other people's those like D&D characters, but not mine.
Not yours. Okay. Shrey, do you have any OCs?
Yeah, it sounds like I've gotten the farthest because I have thought about making an AU and I have actually worked on it. It was going to be a comic, and I got like halfway through the first chapter, and then I haven't actually gotten around to finishing it.
Gotcha. Okay.
I did post the rest on Twitter.
Oh, you posted on Twitter?
Yeah, like the rest a while back.
Is it?
I remember I started it. I started it like probably almost around this time, or started thinking about it around this time last year, and I was planning on posting it on Ruby's birthday, Halloween, and I was just like, that just never happened. It just never happened.
Gotcha.
Or the anniversary of the Red trailer, which was a little bit after that.
Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I might finish it someday.
Okay.
And it's one of those things where after you haven't worked on something like that for a while, you come back to it and it's like, oh, I need to redo all of this.
That's tough. Yeah, you gotta be careful of that because rewrite hell and redraw hell is a very real problem.
It's just redraw hell.
You can just do what I do and you just never get to that point.
It's like literally, the story of it is super simple. It's just RWBY. The AU would be set like 5-ish years after the theoretical end of our series. You know, like after they defeat Salem and all that.
Okay.
And it follows. It's set up very similar to the Red trailer. RWBY shows up. You know, RWBY is in Forest. She meets Grimm, fights Grimm. But this Grimm is, you know, not like your average Grimm. It's got some tricks up its sleeve. You know. And then it kind of and then that kind of spirals into a whole story that would be that at AU.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I'm not sure. I don't know.
I will say, despite not having any. Sorry, not continue.
Say it again.
Hello. You good?
Okay. Well, yeah. Even though I say I don't really have anything in the work that's specifically RWBY related, I have for the past couple of days been holding the OC chat hostage with as Kale has decided to call them Team National Basketball League Association.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
That's why I kept
Those
seeing
are yours, aren't they?
Team
yeah, they are.
NBLA.
Yeah, Team Nebula.
Oh, that's what it means. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it actually means. But I do
Team
like
NBLA.
National Basketball League Association.
Yo,
Fuck
this is
you,
my
American Baller.
OC, LeBron, Johns.
I mean, that would fit. That is an L in it. Nebula.
This is my OC, LeBron. What's the girl name? LeBron James. LeBron James.
There you go. There you go. No, but I have been.
You can do it. I believe in you.
But I have been doing postings of them. I'm almost finished shading all of their things, and then I'll post them to Twitter. I posted one.
Nice.
But I like them. They're definitely OCs that I made.
Nice.
Which is, what does that mean? I have to find out later.
Later they weren't at you. Dun.
Dun dun dun. Well, I mean, they probably would be part of an AU at this point, considering the plot of RWBY. Considering what's happened, but like, they could still feasibly still be alive.
Yeah, like in my hypothetical AU scenario, there would be like no OCs. The villains would be OCs, obviously, because they'd have to make them up. But like, it'd just be Team RWBY.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I always feel that's very even in my I have a very limited OCs in the RWBY universe to kind of build off the one that I have and her team in Beacon, but it's always even in my made up space, even in my wildest make believe dreams for this character, I still they don't interact with RWBY very much at all at anything. I feel like that's a very good I'm just so terrified of mischaracterizing or doing RWBY wrong that I just do not touch them at all. Like, they can stay over there. That's best, I think.
Okay. Let's see, like, the way that like I see the whole thing, the way that I was looking at it is more of a utilitarian way of making than AU, where like I'm only doing it so that I can like do it as a practice for a future thing where I make my own.
Yeah. Right.
My own project. Yeah. Yeah, it's all meant to be practice, like, so it had the purpose of me getting better, not me doing anything that'll actually like improve the actual content that exists.
Sure.
It's a bunch of silly little drawings of this like silly little girls.
Yeah.
Now you be very serious. You're very serious. You talk about serious things, like Weiss and Ruby kissing.
That's pretty serious. I'll leave that to Chi. Like, I think they've got that under wraps. So.
Yeah. No. That'd be one of the first things I do in that. A firm white rose. Boom.
See, I only have one RWBY opinion, and it's a very strong one, and it's, if Volume 10 does happen, if Team Coffee doesn't show up, I'm ejecting myself.
You're gone.
I'm gonna be any Coco again, please. I just want to see Coco.
I mean, she's there in the epilogue, isn't she? In the little
Yeah, they have a,
Yeah.
yeah,
they have.
I think Team Coffee's there.
Yeah. Coffee's
Coffee,
there, so
Indigo.
Okay.
I think, yeah, it's on Indigo, and then like some of the characters from the book, right?
Yeah.
Are there?
yeah. So if
Like
anything,
Carmine.
Yeah, I know it's very likely, but I've been disappointed before.
Yay! That's what RWBY needs. More characters. Let's go.
I just want to
Now we're bringing back all the old cast, and on top of that, we're gonna add more characters because now they're in a new location. Yeah, it's gonna.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna
that's
see
it.
all of the other.
Yeah, we got a whole new location. And all the
Yeah.
characters from the old location are here.
Meanwhile, Maria and Pietro are still missing.
Nah, they're probably there somewhere.
No, I mean they have to be back since Amity Arena is there.
Oh, they're
Oh
up.
yeah, because they went
Oh,
down to
yeah.
that thing, didn't
I
they?
guess.
So either they're there or like
I was like, I guess.
left. I don't know. Who knows what they're doing?
So,
I mean, they might be elsewhere. Maria might be like, here. And she just walks away very slowly.
Maybe she's like out there committing war crimes or
what the fuck
something.
is happening?
that checks out.
Out there harassing Miss Calavera. Oh god.
Sorry, I'm in Alliance.
Cordova.
My party has 4 dancers in it.
No, yeah, it's like, it's crazy. Nah, man, we're gonna get volume 10 greenlit announcement any day now. Any day now.
Your optimism is commendable, Shred.
Well, someone has to be optimistic, you bunch of downers.
It's true. If it's gonna be, it's got to be the best of us. If it's gonna be any of us, and so it's got to be Shred. It's I don't know that
Like, well,
that I
I'm
look at
just-
it with that much fruitfulness in my heart, but I can respect it.
you're bumming me out, man.
I'm just pragmatic.
There you go.
I'm not. I don't want to be a pessimist about it, but like. No, it happened.
What are they gonna do? Just be like, yeah, we're not gonna do this. We're still gonna make merch. Like,
Yeah, I mean, they still will, as long as Rooster Teeth is even 4 people in the company and Aaron is still hired as the lead artist of nothing. I'm sure that they will still pump out merchandise for the series, given the fact that they do like money at the end of the day, and even if nothing is being made, they can cash in on us, our poor souls.
oh, dude, that'd be like the worst case scenario. Because like, if RWBY gets like if RT say like goes under and like the its IPs get divvied up to whoever as Warner Brothers does that kind of is in charge of that stuff. And there's a chance the series can come back in some other form. They hire another animation studio, some other stuff.
Again, love your optimism.
Oh, this is not optimism. Well, the opposite of that is like they don't make a new season, but they hold the IP hostage and just use it for so much.
Which is, I mean, we've seen the studio, right? Like, we all know who makes RWBY, so I feel like we're all pretty well aware that the very worst possibilities could come to pass. That's
And what we could do, actually, if they do something like that, we can bully them and call them merch shit. We can just keep bullying them. Like, we have the power.
we do.
We have the numbers
Yeah,
advantage.
we have told them that in the past, and I'm not sure how much it's worked really.
So yeah, here's the gamble. We at that point, it's like if it becomes clear they're just using it to sell merch and not don't have any intention of making another a season, we have to do everything. We have to go like self-destruct. We have to do everything we can to like just like implode the series so that RT has to sell it or something. So if you don't sell it,
that's not how copyright works in the United States. We can thank Disney for that one, but
yeah, clearly.
I'd rather not.
Good old Disney. Good old Disney Corporation.
Could probably go like the Teen Titans route, and they just end up making chibi forever.
Now you weren't here for the conversation, Saito, but we did hypothesize that if
that is, I guess, another option, because that's definitely cheaper to make than
V10 never takes off, then we will have about 400 episodes of chibi to look forward to.
Yeah, that's another possibility. Which is like, that's like a middle ground. It's like, okay, you know, it's not what we want, but it's not like the worst thing.
Definitely not ideal though.
Yeah, not ideal. It's one of the timelines.
I said it before, like I think RWBY Chibi do be kind of popping more than regular RWBY.
Can be. How would they do that? Would they set it back at Beacon? They'd have to, right? That's like the era they always go back to.
Eric asks, what sort of company would you want to sell the RWBY IP to then, if you had to choose?
Oh man, Saito, you have
like,
to
you had to sell the IP to them.
I mean,
sell it to me. No.
No,
no, I'm kidding.
Sell the kill.
Yeah, let's condense the question a little and kind of streamline it for our consumption here. If we could sell it to a company that would then produce a show and not just hold on to the rights like some do. If we could sell it to a company that would then produce a show immediately thereafter, continuing the story, what would we sell?
So my follow-up question is: are they like continuing the show from where it left off, or are they making a new show entirely?
I would say if we could trust a company to make a volume 10, who actually, you know what? I think it's cooler if we just who would we sell to the company if they would reboot the series, if they would take the characters and the IP and then kind of like maybe not literally a Brotherhood or 2003 kind of ordeal, but like who do we trust to take the IP and fully realize it twice over?
Right.
I guess if we consider that, yeah, go ahead.
It'd definitely be an anime studio.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. Bones, like you said. I mean, well, you said Brotherhood. So I immediately think of Studio Bones, but I wouldn't mind you quotable. The infinite unlimited budget works for RWBY would be kind of crazy. You'd kind of pop off.
Unlimited budget works, yeah.
Unlimited budget works for RWBY edition. Like that could be pretty good.
My money's on Orange, actually.
Studio Orange.
You want to stick to the 3D aesthetic that RWBY has?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna animate Crescent Rose at all, you kind of have to.
I mean, that's fair. Most people are gonna CGI it anyway, so you may as well.
I mean, I don't know. Have you seen like the new season of Demon Slayer? How like that CG looks great.
No, I'm not saying it will look bad at the CG. I'm just saying you will CG Crescent Rose anyway. So, or in UFO.
All the weapons probably.
Yeah, in UFO Table's case, they will digitally process the shit out of anything they animate. Yeah. So no matter what, some processing is going through. So yeah, I can get behind Studio Orange. You may as well just 3D that whole bad boy, and they do it well. So
yeah, Studio Orange would be fun. I do like. Part of me does like want it to be like the just lean into the extra, like over the top aspects of like the early RWBY had and just go with like Trigger.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Right.
Or they just like go full on bad shit on everything. But
Yeah,
No,
there's an option.
because I mean, Trigger's great. You need someone else to write it. I feel like then though.
yeah, you need you need somebody to write them in.
Defense, Miles and Luna were not, or Miles and Carrie were not writers when they started, and I would argue they really hit the ground running. So if they can do it and
There was a lot of
and make a not serviceable Faunus plot line, I feel like Trigger can do it, and really they can kind of stick to their guns. And I feel like if Trigger doesn't make a coherent plot line, they at least stick to their guns and kind of ride the fact that it is incoherent. So
lately, have you seen BNA?
oh no, I know what, I haven't actually. I haven't seen Brand New Animal.
Yeah, haven't.
Yeah, that's like I don't know. That's like fine. I mean, but they're super. It's like it's similar because it has animal people in it.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Yeah.
I haven't.
It's like it's a fine show, but it's also like super. It's like the most okay show.
I have.
Like, if you got that for the Faunus plotline, something similar to that level, then might be fine.
Okay. Okay.
So that's
Kenzie, who would you pawn this series to?
I'm not entirely sure because I'm not super familiar with anime studios as a whole, but I would say that Ufotable is probably a safer option.
Okay. Yeah. I would. Yeah, I would agree. The UFO table is probably a safe option. They do put out a very quality, shiny product, and you know, I haven't watched very much of Demon Slayer for how much it kind of came out with a lot of hype, and if I'm not mistaken, the latest season's been met with a little bit of mixed reception. Am I wrong there?
I like
I don't know.
I like it, but
I
I
don't know.
I'm like indifferent on Demon Slayer, so it's like, you know, it's fine.
Okay.
I also wouldn't know because I read the manga and I'm just not watching.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I read the manga too, but I wanted to like watch it be prettier, so I was like, I'm gonna watch it.
We wanted color in this show.
Yeah, I know the mangas or the anime is pretty well received, but they also made the Heaven's Feel movies, which are seriously some of the prettiest things I've ever laid witness to. So I have to gotta give credit where credit's due.
Or even the Unlimited Blade Works anime back in like 2015. That's like 90% of like anime that comes out today.
Yeah, no. Fate Stay Night by them was really something else when that came out, and it still is, like you said. It still very much holds its weight. I would say UFO Table's pretty solid. I think if I had to give it to somebody, I think keeping the 3D charm. If anything, I would want to see done by Studio Orange just to prove that, like, I don't mean this to be mean to anyone who is on Rooster Teeth's staff, but just to prove to Rooster Teeth, like, what were you people doing for this long? Like, what were you guys doing? Because if Studio Orange puts out Land of the Lustrous and it looks this good, like, what were you people even trying to do over there? So I would want Studio Orange to take a crack at it just to show, like, this is what this really should look like, folks. But I think if it was a 2D medium, I would.
RWBY has a lot going against them because I think the technicians are good, but there's like two factors. One is the fact that probably like maybe a lack of cohesive visual direction, and two is because no one is almost no one is like employed long enough to, you know, form like a stable kind of flow.
The style.
Yeah, like a yeah, that's right.
They run the animation studio like a revolving door. Like everybody's coming in and out.
Yeah,
which is tough. Yeah, I think it definitely doesn't do them any favors. For a 2D studio, I would honestly I would, if I'm sticking to the question, I would pawn it off to Kyo Annie. If only because you know they're gonna make the cutest little moe slice of life beacon days you've ever seen in your life, and it's gonna be great.
If they were gonna do the we only get RWBY 30 from now on.
It's it's better. It's K-On, but it's RWBY, and it's perfect in every way. It's just nothing but good vibes and cake after school.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
If we were talking about like somebody able to redo a series from the ground up, like yeah, giving it to Bones might not be a terrible idea either. Like they prove they can do it.
Yeah, if Bones, they can. I'm sure they would handle it just fine.
The only reason I'm not saying Mappa is because they already have way too much work. So.
Yeah, no, they're wildly successful in their
like UFO table, because I know they are gonna be doing like a Genshin anime, and that's gonna be
they are, aren't they? Oh yeah. Unannounced.
So it's like,
right now. Yeah.
It would have been just like, the only reason I say, if it's like, oh, if it's somewhat, if the studio has to be like doing it like right now, while they're doing other stuff, then it probably has to, I have to change my answer, because there's no way, you know, we're getting the A-team, still working on the Genshin project at the same time.
Yeah. I think it's interesting that none of us really said that Studio Shaft should retake the reign there.
You know what?
I mean,
I
think Studio Shaft like animated it well, even though at some points they over animated it. Well, like, there were points where it was under animated, and other points where it was over animated. Like why'd you give her cape that many frames? I didn't need it.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they took all, like, when they went super ham with the animations, like, oh my god, this is like insane. This doesn't need to be at the same.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
They told them to go nuts. Well, it's not one animator they have that's like doing like crazy. That's doing the crazy animation.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they were gonna do something like that. It'd probably be like, okay, can you just like space the animation out? So instead of having these like extremely high highs, you have like probably just have like a bunch of decent, you know, level consistency.
I mean, there was something about how Shaft like animated it. I just wasn't the biggest fan. Like, while I really liked the designs of it, I didn't like the look of a lot of the characters. I don't know. When I pictured them in 2D, that's not what I imagined them to look like.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't know that I was sold on Shaft.
Their eyes being like really wide, like separated, look weird.
You know what it is though? It's the pupil. They're like way too small. They're like these little tiny dots. They need to be bigger. I think it would look fine. I should do, you know, that's what I should do. I should do an edit. But I just fix the eyes. It would probably look amazing. Just fix the eyes. Look, there you go.
There you go.
So that looks good now, guys. Free of charge. Next time, for when you do the real series animated, you can just use these designs.
Just free of charge. You guys take them.
No need to thank me, really.
Yeah.
I know you wouldn't pay me anyway, so you know.
Yeah, Rooster Teeth wouldn't. Shaft might, but even that's debatable. So.
Yeah, they'd pay you, but it'd be like pennies, because you know, animation industry in Japan is it's a meat grinder.
Mm-hmm.
The RT policy is the policy for everything.
They're just trying to keep to the industry standard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. My God.
Yeah, this is only tangentially related, but somebody asked me on Twitter once if I could give the IP to any video game studio to have them make a game, who would I give it to? And I said that Atlas would honestly be my first choice, because I've seen what they do with the Persona games, and they have a great blend of high school and that kind of academy life, and then actual RPG, you know, a battle system and a party system. So I thought that they would make a great RWBY game where you could balance your days at Beacon and then go on your little dungeon crawls or go on missions and fight Grim and stuff with your actual party of your classmates. So you guys, I know a popular choice is fighting games, and a roster of RWBY's caliber lends itself well to that. But do you guys have a kind of an ideal video game style or genre you'd want to see the series in.
See, like that one. That
Do not
question
snap a clip.
that infuriates me because my answer would have been Arc System Wars.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And they've had it, and then they got like essentially they weren't allowed to do anything with it.
That's tough though. Yeah, I guess
So-
if it was Arc System, you'd probably say given full reins then.
Yeah, like if they could make an entirely RWBY like 2D fighter, it'd be
Yeah.
fucking awful.
That would be so sick though.
So
Yeah.
that's probably be a
Well,
good one
like
for
Blaze Blue
for-
cross tag battle was
for a
really cool.
3D game though.
Yeah, lazy
Also, hi
gas
coffee.
drive engine.
Hi coffee.
Okay.
We're in the middle of a stream, so
Yeah.
hi.
Yes.
Oh, are
Yeah,
you live
Saito's streaming and we're
Saito's
streaming.
Yeah, Saito's having us as you're welcome too. Saito is having us as speakers on his stream on YouTube, and we are.
That's good you said that. I was gonna say something.
Well, you can you will say something because we're asking questions now.
Yeah, sure. It wasn't inappropriate. It was just something I, like, it's a little surprise. Can't say
Highly doubtful.
highly
it
doubtful.
was
Damn
probably
it.
super inappropriate, but all right, we'll believe that.
Yeah.
So, Joker,
but,
you'd be a fighting game then.
No, but I think if we were gonna do like a RWBY game, right? Something like the guys Platinum Games, the guys who did Metal Gear Rising or Vengeance,
Ooh,
that could be really good. And
That'd
it's
be really
like
good.
play style of that too, where you're just running around in like kind of a semi-linear open world, fighting grim and doing crazy stuff like they do in Metal Gear Rising.
yeah, and
Yeah.
they have I know Platinum Games pretty much spearheaded Automata, and
Oh yeah,
I know in Rising that there's a couple other weapons Raiden can use, but in Automata 2B actually gets quite a selection of
quite the
different
arsenal.
weapons she can use, and they're all very well animated. So I have no doubt that Platinum Games could really bring a cool shine to the combat.
Platinum Games
Yeah.
also famous for doing the Bayonetta series, so
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they would
and
cook
that
something
was-
up, I'm sure.
yeah, and that was pretty much the angle I was gonna go for as well. I think RWBY would do really well in like a mission-based beat-em-up sort of game that that focuses on sort of the combat, kind of like a mix of like a Platinum game and maybe something like Dynasty Warriors, because the
Yeah.
Grim usually are usually fought in like large groups, but
Yeah.
a bit more mechanically involved in Dynasty Warriors, as they'll say.
Yeah, I need to be doing like crazy combos with RWBY characters.
Exactly. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it feels like each studio offers like different things that mesh well with RWBY, like Platinum for the deep combat, Atlas for like the school aspect, Arc System for the roster, I guess, and even like different studios have different strengths as well. So I guess the conclusion is basically put RWBY in the public domain, I guess.
It depends on who gets the yeah, like there's so many good
7
places.
years already. Let it go, RT.
So, yeah, it turns out that this
think
this
it was
IP
the
has a lot of
2013?
potential. It's just kind of just stuck in like RT hell.
Stuck in corporate hell.
If we ever
Honestly, there's a lot of
RT
things like that.
I would like those early like RPG, like those pixel RPGs, like early Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Maybe someone mentioned that. I like those. I remember Shrade did that art, and I was like, or the pixel art, and I was like, I need
You've
an actual RPG.
smitten coffee with your concept there, Shrade.
Yeah, I do have RPG Maker downloaded, but it was on sale, so I might play with it. Just a proof of concept. Like, hey RT, I saw what you do with Girl Clips. What if we do something like that again? But like,
Yeah. Well, there's something already out there that's kind of like it, but like I want like more RPG. It's a pixel game, and it's a fan-made pixel game, but I'm like, no, I want RPG where it's like the turns and everybody got things.
Yeah.
A real Etrian Odyssey puzzle dungeon kind of thing, huh?
like that.
Probably. I'm not super gamer mode, so I don't know all the words you just said at me. But
Most of that was form. That's okay. No, we'll come back.
What else would probably really work well in like any sort of RWBY game is like 2 different sort of upgrade paths, one focusing on the weapon and the other focusing on the aura and like the semblance attached to it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was when Saito had messaged me once asking about like kind of an RPG system for a RWBY game, and I had mentioned that something that focused less on class, because we all here besides Kenzie are all in a RWBY D&D game where it's mostly 5e with some narratively it's very RWBY focused, but mechanically it's with hints of RWBY. But to Saito's credit, he had asked me about a system to use, and I explained to him that perhaps the best way to do a RWBY system would not be like a class-based system, but something that wholly focuses on the individual weapon itself, and your character is mostly fluff at this point. But the weapon and the semblance are the things that kind of take the center, because the weapon is the primal part of the hunter in the series and the huntresses. So I feel like something like that, where a bigger emphasis would be really something to focus on for any medium, be it games or otherwise.
I would agree, actually.
What I was thinking of for that pixel game idea is like how like there's like limit breaks and stuff in like Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But instead for like RWBY, it'd be like team based. Like when 2 characters have their limit breaks up, they can like do a combo attack or something like that.
Yeah.
RWBY yelling.
That could be interesting.
Or like a big move, like Adam's like Moon Slice.
Yeah, even if it's just one person, because if it was gonna be like if it's gonna follow the story of like, a volume 1 of RWBY or whatever, say, for a while you'd just be playing as RWBY, so you'd have to have her ability and then 2 teams over the place, and then there could be a third team attack or whatever, even though they're not friends yet at that point in the story. And then when we get to the level for Chapter 8 of Volume 1, it would be like a big, and they all team up like an Evermore. You could do a big team attack, all 4 characters.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot like the Kingdom Hearts kind of reaction command.
I don't know. I've never really played Kingdom Hearts.
Oh dang! All right.
No one's as strong as a gamer as you.
Question mark?
We will go ahead and say yes, Levi. Yes.
Jeez, I'm gonna. Yep, I'll step back. I'll no more gamer references. I'll put them out and do down.
No, it's okay. I know what you guys talking about. And I agree.
Gamers.
We're weebs, not
360.
gamers. All right.
You're right.
360
I'm
knows
bored.
go.
I am bored.
What's that Fortnite term when you put up a lot of walls with the like stairs or
A
something?
captivated gamers.
Like Fortnite or something. I don't know.
There's terms in Fortnite.
Well, yeah, because of course there's terms for every game, dude.
Oh, that's
Yeah, for sure.
I only
Totally, yes.
I only know card-based
yeah.
terms.
Giving away y'all's age, being like, I don't know.
Card game terms,
Gen-
like Yu-Gi-Oh. Like your
No,
staple.
I did try playing Fortnite for
Your
a
circle.
couple games with some friends.
I
and
play
it
more
was-
Magic the Gathering. Because I'm one of those types of nerds.
I did too. It was pretty fun when the game first came out. Before everybody learned that you could spawn an apartment complex.
Yeah.
It's cranking 90s. That's what it is.
Ranking 90s. Okay.
Yeah, let me Google it so I'm not saying something wrong though. But the term I was thinking of was cranking 90s. I'm not sure if I gave the right thing.
And now we know.
I don't know if the people who made that term were even born in the 90s.
No, no, it's Gen Z. It's firmly in the 2000s for sure.
Yeah.
The people born in 2005.
Good for the Gen Zers. They're getting after it.
Good for the Zoomers.
Yeah. Let those wacky
Okay,
kids live a
cranking
little.
90s. When a player repeatedly builds using 90s to gain height. What are 90s?
Like 90-degree walls.
Oh.
Is that they just call them 90-degree, meaning to push walls in 90-degree turns, mostly.
Oh, boom. Crushed it.
I don't know. I'm not a gamer.
That's alright.
This looks like a layout. like old Pokemon games.
Pokemans.
Like when they were good games.
The ultra gamer in me would actually probably commit small crimes to have Infinity Ward make a RWBY game, and I could get the tactical RWBY shooter that I want in my life.
I don't know if RWBY will work very well as a RWBY shooter, as a first-person shooter. I mean,
What's that?
I don't think RWBY will work very well as a first-person shooter.
No, not exceptionally well. I would just want to. So here's a little fun fact about me. Well, we all have played Fallout. Yes, no.
Fallout.
I have.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Straight and Joker have played Fallout. This conversation is for them, so everybody else can kind of mentally evaporate for a second.
I'm back in a few minutes.
Just
I have-
fire me real quick. You know, you're not needed.
Yeah, I have copious amounts of mods for Fallout 4 downloaded, and no shortage of them are dedicated to, one, making the game play exactly like Call of Duty, and two, making the game look exactly like Girls Frontline had a horrifying love child with Honkai Impact. So I have an unhealthy amount of mods for Fallout 4, and that to say, having something akin to that, RWBY flavored, would really just really butter my biscuit, I think.
People.
You mean like that one YouTube video where they're like doing the missions, but all of the models were like bunch of Girls Frontline models?
Yeah, and it's in Modern Warfare's campaign. That's exactly what I would want, but RWBY models instead. So maybe the question is less of can Infinity Ward do this, and can I find a 3D modeler or not even a modeler, a modder for Call of Duty to get this idea up and running.
I do appreciate that you picked the best of the Call of Duty developer.
Well, yeah, I'm not about to sit here and praise Treyarch for too much.
They haven't made a good game in over a decade, so.
Okay, that's actually not incorrect. So, but I will say that I would much rather play Infinity Ward's campaigns, period, than anything after Black Ops 2.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, they hadn't made a good one since Black Ops 2.
Well, that's Lesbian Pod.
What's that, Trey?
What, Black Ops 2 is the last good call, right? Are you gonna agree on that?
But I would argue it's the last good Black Ops, that's for sure. I would say that the newest, not the newest, because I haven't played Modern Warfare 2, the reboot, yet, but the Modern Warfare 19 had actually a really good campaign, and I would recommend it for people.
It's definitely a fun one.
Yeah, it's a fun one for sure. It's a very, I like the presentation, and the mood fits well with the game, I think. But anyway, I would love to have just mix the delights in my life of RWBY and very copious amounts of firearms, and kind of jam pack those two together for me, please.
Actually, that's it.
Okay.
Not
Doesn't have to be all that thing though.
I think RWBY would actually work really well in Honkai Impact 3rd.
I'll bet it would, and I would probably kill to have a game of RWBY like Honkai Impact. Just
I
kind of
would, yeah.
Yeah. An
Okay,
actually
but-
good
yeah, hold on.
mobile game.
We went through the whole game discussion. No one mentioned the people who make fucking Genshin Impact make a RWBY game.
Well, I don't know that I want a Genshin Impact game. I do want a Honkai Impact game, and that's.
I mean,
well,
I don't know if I want another
not
RWBY gacha game.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
No,
I
this
took
will be
They
good.
just shut down
RWBY
the
Gacha.
years ago.
It'll be good, guys.
Thanks for one.
Yeah.
Even like a
Or just
turn-based
hope that-
would be quite cool.
I would, yeah.
Turn-based
I think-
RPG is what I was
I think-
saying.
Yeah, turn-based RWBY would be awesome. Then that way you don't have to like worry about, making their fighting styles make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
just
Good
combo.
image. Nice, sick. Fuck
Give me a
yeah.
nice pseudo Fire Emblem RWBY, and I'll be good.
I'm
Good
also
to curse on your stream, by the way. I just realized.
What?
what?
Good to curse on stream now. Yes.
Yes, you're fine.
Yeah, go ahead and test a couple. Like, just say a few very mean curse words to kind of Mic check him.
I don't like you very much.
Wow, that does cut. That was fucking rude. There we go.
That was kind of a very butthead thing to say.
Yeah. Real jerk move, Coffee.
Yeah, I just don't have it at all. I don't care for other people's feelings. That's just the truth.
Anyway, fuck this, I'm getting a drink.
Make sure you tag this stream as rated M for mature, Saito, because that's...
I was fully expecting like a just slurs to come out of her mouth. But, yeah.
Dude, I'm not that bad.
Saito instantly kicked off YouTube forever.
I feel like if you gave somebody a chance to be like, you can say anything you want about your shitty DM right now, I feel like most people would just like pop off. But I appreciate the restraint.
Yeah, you giving us a green light? All right.
Yeah, just look at that.
Thank you, word story.
So speaking of D&D, right?
Oh no.
No.
I'm currently filling out the magic items list, so if you have anything you want, I need you to tell me, please.
Oh, should I DM it or can I nerd?
You can DM it, or you can tell me right here in front of God and everyone.
Yeah, I just want mithril armor.
Mithril armor, okay.
I want mithril half plate.
Can I get a glamored studded arm, leather studded armor?
I think I've already got you one there better, but I'll double check on the list.
I like that it can turn into things.
I saw that. I went and did my D&D homework and looked at magic.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're that kind of player, huh? Okay.
I looked at it because Levi said he'd like look up shit for next session.
Yeah, I did explicitly tell you people to look it up, because if you leave me to my devices, I will just get you a grab bag of things.
Yeah, so I was like, I'll look at it because also still new to D&D, don't know everything. And one of the things I found really cool was like a pair of scissors that steals people's shadows. And I'm like, God dang it, why are we playing a RWBY campaign? I'd love to do that shit.
This is what you signed up
Scissor and
for.
take somebody's shadow? That's fucking hell. It's awesome.
What exactly does that
Semblance
do?
evolution.
Does it live out a shadow? Is it like in
a shadow bitch?
No. It's
is it like in One Piece? Oh wait, Joker in One Piece, so I can't say.
I already use a ribbon. I can't get that close, you know.
So I know we're talking about D&D, but like, take a look at my screen right now. Like, the Honkai just like took some shots at Blizzard. I kind of love it.
What's happening here?
What did they say?
Do you guys?
I mean,
Oh my god.
The meta drop.
Damn,
you guys
that's
not at
real,
force.
though, folks.
Oh my god, you're just like my Japanese waifus, haha. But unironically.
But unironically.
I love to see it.
Nice dude, nice dude.
Sorry, you can go back to that. I saw that while we were talking. That's
No,
fine.
you're good. So I've got mithril half plate, glamored studded leather.
This one.
Wait, legit? You asked for glamour studded leather? What does glamour do? It just like disguises you, right?
Yeah, it just lets you transform into like it essentially works as like the disguise self spell.
Ah, okay. I try not.
Well,
to
I just said that on a whim. You don't have to do that, Levi. I actually haven't thought about it.
No, it's okay. I've got, like I said when you said it, I think I've got a much more in-universe, something Lena might enjoy more, period, so.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of when looking at the stuff. I was like, nothing too wild.
That's the tough part about these magic items, is you can't get too zany, because some things are very difficult to flavor with technology.
Yeah, to RWBY flavorize.
Yeah.
To RWBY flavor blast.
Yeah, that RWBY Cheetle dust is not applicable to everything.
Yeah, like I'm glad you found a way to flavor Megumin's explosion, but
it was actually a toss-up. For a long time, I wanted her to have a in the early drafts of the item, it was a javelin missile. And it was this sweet little thing that would
just stuck
in orbit and then drop back down. But I was like, okay, Mike, it's like 1910, which means mortars are just kind of coming around the bend here, so it needs to maybe needs to be a little more down to earth. So
I don't know. I think javelin missile's pretty base.
Yeah.
Javelin missile. I mean, the mortar was cool.
What's
it was
that?
Fairly. The mortar was cool, and the way Joker used it was very effective.
It was extremely effective. Damn Mordred. It did take out quite a bit of his health, though, so you can't be too salty about that.
No, yeah, it was very good. It was very good.
Wanted to ask the trade. Do you still want dust sewing or not? Because I remember it was a thing where it's like, oh, you get a magic effect or something because it helped make your new outfit. But...
No, I think I'm fine because like the boots I was thinking of, I basically just bought that basically what we wanted, and just a bit more mobility.
I was leaving the door open. I was like, freebie? You want fire resistance or something? I don't know.
Yeah, let's use this one thing that like RWBY, the actual kind of RWBY forgot existed.
Yeah, so that you can sew dust in
sewing. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, they don't really care about that anymore.
Or whatever besides raw dust.
I don't know how many. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of what the practical use of it would be though, outside of just like. It feels like it'd be kind of like hard to use if you're not Cinder, or like a maiden.
It's pocket dust, packet sand.
Pocket sand. No, but like clearly back when RWBY was just like it wasn't sure what it wanted to be. A lot of shows and series kind of go through that in the beginning. They're like, or it's like clearly the creators like just trying to feel some stuff out before they really get into their thing. Like Bleach and Naruto did that quite a bit. I'm pretty sure.
So what I'm getting from this conversation is you don't want the cape of billowing. For a bonus action, you can make it billow.
Dude, that thing's hilarious.
Dude, I was like, what is this? I was like, it's just what it says. Open the tab up and it billows. As a bonus action, you can make a cape billow. There's nothing else to it. And I was like, oh my gosh, just like my Japanese.
I'll leave that one to you. That's like my Japanese anime.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
If only you were a little more like Sentai and a little less like Sailor Moon, it would be perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
although I'd argue the Sailor Moon part definitely has a fair amount of cape billowing. So.
Yeah.
Well, there's fabric billowing.
You even do like you even do the Sailor Moon thing where you get naked in front of everybody when you're changing clothes.
Oh, you can be like Tuxedo Mask and wave it dramatically.
Yeah, exactly.
Our job here is done, and then you can do it, and we'll be like, "What did you didn't do anything?" And it's like, exactly. Just pull the cape over you.
You did 15 damage the whole fight.
You get +1 charisma for the billowing cape.
Yeah, we gotta be nice to Jace. She actually does a lot of consistent damage. I think out of everybody in the party, she genuinely holds the record for the highest cumulative total for damage.
I'll beat her damage-wise one of these days.
No, yeah, that's just like you guys do splashy moves and stuff, and I'm just here just chopping away. Chop, 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 chop.
I'll get there. I have my 3 attacks. I'll hit them.
Oh, hey. Speaking of 3 attacks, I've gone and edited Coffee, so you won't have to think about it too hard. But this is
I've stopped thinking. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay. This is the uncomfortable part where I errata something about 9 sessions into the game, where I had given it to Saito, but I just never gave it to you because.
Is it the offhand thing?
Yeah, it's the offhand thing.
Yeah, I noticed Shrade and like Saito have them because they're the other tool wielders, and I was like, I guess that doesn't apply to me.
Well, it does. Jace doesn't use it because she has 2-weapon fighting. Midori needs to have it because she doesn't have 2-weapon fighting. She can still fight with a second blade in her hands, but she shouldn't get any damage bonuses from that.
Seems right.
Yeah.
Explain.
So when you attack with your right hand, that does all the normal numbers, that checks. You attack with your extra attack, normal numbers, that checks. Your bonus action attack is done with your offhand. That's just the damage die. Now Jace has the feat that lets her do a normal attack with that, so that's why she gets to just roll Umbra and all this all the time. It's because they both do the same amount of damage, and she has a feat that lets her do that. Shai Z has an offhand attack because she doesn't have 2-weapon fighting, so she has a separate dice to roll for that attack, so she doesn't mix modifiers. I just never gave one to Midori. And
you're forgetting half of my character sheet. First, I didn't have the feats that I started with. I didn't have half of the proficiencies I was supposed to have.
Mm-hmm. And now you get to take a slight hit in damage averages, as I remove essentially one of your sources of damage here.
Sworn I had 2-weapon fighting, wasn't it?
Nah, you don't though.
So what do I have then? Do I have dueling?
Yeah. Let me check your features right now.
Second.
You do have 2-weapon fighting?
Yeah,
What?
I could have sworn I had it. I was like, I think because I remember from the first session.
You know what?
Modded,
Ignore me. I must have. I had a fever dream and I thought you didn't have that.
Levi, why do you make our relationship?
Like most warriors.
You're like,
most
Ashley
fighters
Coffee,
have,
I've been lying to you. Your character plays differently. You've done it like 3 times.
Yep. I'm gonna leave Midori's character sheet away from me now. I'm not. Once I level up, I'm just gonna not look at it longer than I have to, and I'm just gonna put it back.
Can you at least tell me what my my dexterity is? It's 16, right? Or is it 14?
It's still 14.
That's perfect. That's perfect with the half plate.
Yeah.
That has a maximum of +2 to you can add your dex to it.
Gonna say you don't get an ASI until next level, but you do have 67 health now.
Oh, so close. I was hoping it would get to 69.
Like, am I the only spellcaster in the party?
No.
Quote unquote.
Caster?
The bard.
Dabu can't.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Dabu just can't remember her skills.
She just forgets she's a bard.
Yeah.
She's a bard who doesn't play a bard.
I don't think she used a single spell for like the first few battles. Like
I think she very much would have benefited from also being a fighter that just gets to heal with her semblance.
She wanted to be a bard. Dabu told me she desperately wanted to be a bard, and I told her like, all right, well we can make that work. So
okay.
Well, she did use.
She's warming up. She remembers things. Like she remembers luck on her own now, which is great. Like she
forgets bardic inspiration all the time.
Oh no, I think she's given out bardic like twice.
And we had to ask for it.
Yeah.
Well, I want to cut her some slack because it's like 4 a.m. whenever we get to actual combat.
Yeah, I don't blame her. Yeah, it's flavor text. She's the youngest of the party. She's still getting used to stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's like we just have to. We feel it's just a reminder because like she's, you know, I feel bad when she just like takes one attack a turn while we're doing all this stuff. But no, you have stuff. You need to you're the support.
Yeah, she's a support with the gas hammer.
Yeah, which she does do pretty good with the hammer.
Yeah, she's really good in the fighting thing. Yeah. Maybe we should have switched places. Maybe I should have been a bard in her.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't help that Levi seems to be content on bullying her. The jerk.
Yeah, Mordred did want to delete her whole face, so that's.
Oh, that'd be so sad if she died, dude.
We did say that Mordred was racist. He is.
I just, it's so bad. I was just like he just kept attacking her. I can't. I kept like 2 or 3 turns straight. I just attacked Mordred. He just didn't give a shit. He just kept going after Tim.
Sometimes you just gotta get after somebody.
Like, why are you picking on the little girl? You jerk! Fight the grown woman.
Sometimes you just look at someone and you're just like, God, I want to punch you in the face.
Yeah, you're like, damn, I just gotta get after this person right here.
They must die.
I don't know, I'm just saying, it's a little suspicious that the only 2 people that Mordred did beat the shit out of were the 2 characters of color in the party.
Oh, he hit Jace really early on.
He did attempt to delete Shizy, who did get teleported out of the way. So.
Yeah, and she's Chinese, so what do you say to that?
That's true. Yep.
Yeah, there's another one. There's another one for the old racism card.
We only have 2 potential whites. You gotta remember that.
True.
That's still too many.
You're right.
Yeah.
No 2 minutes.
But I just think I do like to. It's funnier if he's racist in my head, so I can think of that way.
He's just, you
Why
know.
don't you saying this? So now that you're saying this, the next guy's just gonna focus like my character down to the right.
I'm actually, I'm super excited for the next one. Like Mordred's cool and all because he's got that existentialist vibe to him that makes Midori puke a little in her mouth.
Edgy boy, daddy issues.
The next one is good battle sense. Like it's very, I think it's a good fight.
So next fight, you gotta make it so only the Faunuses get hurt.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Is Pax gonna make it, by the way?
No, she won't.
Sorry, not Pax.
No, Jackie, she'll be working. So if she does show up, she'll be there for a spell.
I was worried. She mentioned she had a concussion or something. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I let her know not to.
Oh,
I knew she had a
Don't worry about
concussion,
it,
so I was like, don't sweat it too hard. But she's working. So if you go to Vale, Lena can say hi to her pappy, and that'll be that.
That'll be fun.
I was gonna say something cool to Pax because I realized it was like session 2 or something. The second night, I got struck by lightning while I had connection issues, and I came back and I was dead. Remember?
I do remember that. Yeah.
You can totally have like lightning scars actually.
Oh, there you go.
Intentionally. I may add that to my character's back, or I might not. It's not too big, but I was like, oh, that's a cool thing I got in common with Pax. Because Pax got like the Lichtenberg figures on her like chest, like down and everything.
Ooh, the boom, shabam, shalite.
Been struck by lightning and lived. I lived, bitch.
Very Nora thing to do.
Nora's great-great-grandmother confirmed.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've already got some granny greats here, so.
Plot twist. Oh shit, I don't remember your... Levi, what's your OC's name that's the granddaughter?
It's Lily.
Lily, thank you. I thought it started with an L, but I was like, that might just be false memory.
You're good.
He doesn't know.
I was gonna say plot twist. Midori is actually is Lily's great grandmother.
Not quite, but
She's one of them.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, wait, because we're endgame, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be funny if it's actually my side and not your side?
Oh, that's even more funny.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
It makes no sense how she got the Faunus traits.
Eventually the Faunus get back in there. It's generations removed. You know?
This is a recessive trait. It shows up everywhere.
It's pretty great.
Sometimes it shows up, and sometimes doesn't.
The way I've done all of
Thinking
these
about how
shows-
Levi almost lied to me and made me think I sucked.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like she did have it. Like, most fighters can get that. Like,
Levi hates coffee, confirmed.
Levi is like, we know DM's least favorite. He doesn't have. He's making it obvious.
Yeah. He's
There's
like,
always a
you
DM.
know D&D and you don't want armor for your fighter. Why do you pain me so?
I shall just erase you. He's doing the toxic DM thing of like, I don't like your character, make a new one, and he's gonna kill you.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be again. Still got it. The backup character, but also I think that he would also be more trouble for the DM.
Suddenly I would try and conspire to kill you again.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I'm sure it's not as bad as what Debu has planned when she said it's like, if you kill me, I'll come back worse.
Yeah, we need to protect Debu, or else she's gonna come back as a little shit.
Yeah.
I don't need to deal with that.
She's already
Love the squish there,
Sorry.
Saito.
Which one? Oh,
Yeah.
this one? Yeah.
Yeah.
digging it.
There. Oh, nice. So she got some robot legs.
Yeah. Cause
That lady from King.
Not
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
a
yeah,
weirdo.
yeah.
Not to be a weirdo, but you have a tangent on the front knee. With the cape line.
This one?
No, the front. The
other knee.
Other knee.
The other knee.
What, this one?
Tangent right there. Tangent
Yeah.
line. No, the other line. Other line.
This one?
No, the cape line for the brown.
That one. Yeah, that one. When you're hovering over.
God, the way I've done my layers for this, or for all of these, is I've just made this hard.
Life gets hard sometimes.
Add more squish.
Push, push.
I'll get it done. I'm just not going to be very happy about it. On the bright side, there's only 2 full bodies to go, and then I can be like, hey, the National Basketball League Association, they're here.
Team NBA.
Have you already talked about the 10th anniversary thing? The collab that came out?
We did
Did we
briefly.
talk about it?
Yeah, briefly we did.
Shout out.
We kind of just outlined.
It was more so like when Saito was introducing who was in here, he mentioned who we drew, but that's about it. We didn't really talk about it.
Yeah.
So feel free to talk about it.
Who did you draw for the collab?
It looks sick. What? Oh, I drew Flint. Flint Cole. He wasn't like my immediate first pick, but I was like, oh, this is really poetic, because back when I was kind of new to Twitter, Miles like posted one of my like art, but he linked like my Tumblr, and it was a Flint Cole piece. It was like a voice actor joke, because Flint Flossie does like really goofy music, so it was just a voice actor joke comic, and he had posted it on Twitter as with my Tumblr link, and I was too shy. I was like 16. I forget how old I was. I was still in high school, but I was like too shy. I was like, I don't want to tell him that I have a Twitter and that he could just retweet me.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, this is cute. This is the cute roundabout way to coming back to RWBY.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, very good.
Yes, sir. Nah, but yeah, it was nice. A little weird though, because I hadn't drawn his newest outfit from V8 or V7, whenever they came in.
I think it was.
Those guys came back.
I think it was V7.
Yes. They were in volume 8, but they were in like weird Atlas military uniforms during that battle scene with the
So
grooms.
I had to look at it because it's close. It's like it's pretty close. It's like the same like formalish kind of wear that he had. It's same vibe. It's just like slightly different. So I had to pay attention to details. Lovely drawing the trumpet. I love shiny metal stuff. I like shinies. I like textures.
Honestly,
render.
Honestly, more power to you. Drawing instruments seems like pain.
Well, you see, what I did was I got a picture of a trumpet.
Oh wait, no way.
No, I just brought up the original concept sheet.
I honestly thought that you were gonna do like the
Clones?
like yeah, the clones, like draw.
I
all four of
was.
them.
Yeah, I had it in the
Four
original sketch,
Yeah.
but the VTuber collab and this collab ended up like coming really close, like the deadlines. So I was like, you know what, let's keep it short and sweet. Plus, I felt bad for Keith because I was in one of the streams where he was compiling stuff in the voice chat, and I was like, dude's run out of space. I don't think it would be very smart of me to like make 4 characters amount of space. You know what I mean?
That's like half
Like,
the
fit
fun,
it in.
making everything like harder for Keith.
Yeah, I was like, it's simpler for me, it's simpler for you, you know, it's fine.
Just make the canvas 2000 pixels larger. What's the big deal?
Yeah. Dude, well, the thing is that Twitter is shitty and it'll fuck up the image. That's the only issue there. Otherwise, yeah, let's make this thing a gigantic, like, Renaissance-sized painting, like.
Paint it as a fresco on top of it, like in the ceiling of some
exactly.
church somewhere.
Yeah,
There you
it's
go.
like all of our characters. all the RWBY characters. But no, Twitter and Elon have to be lame and not very good at what they do. Sadness.
Well, we knew that much about Elon, so.
Yeah, we knew that when he like fired the original team and like replaced.
Yeah, that was like
like
he didn't even have the replacements even ready yet. He's just like, no, we're just not gonna replace them. We're just gonna have like a skeleton crew.
yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
That's ingenuity, you know.
I'm like, I need to save money because I'm horribly overpaid for this thing. What if I just don't hire a team? What if I just don't?
It's his emerald money. He's saving it.
His emerald money. He's got that Tesla money. And now that other electronic car companies are able to make newer and better cars than Tesla, I don't think that's gonna last much longer.
Yeah, it's not looking great.
Don't worry. Somehow Zuckerbot made an even worse version of Twitter.
But yeah,
With that Threads app? Yeah. I feel like that's already like dead.
Yeah, I didn't even bother signing up for it because
It's just, they don't have any like tags, they don't have like a proper search feature, you don't have like retweets or anything. It's literally just like, how am I supposed to find anything? It isn't just on your recommended stuff.
Yeah, I feel so sorry for all the artists that keep trying to move and like get there early, but then it just it's just a waste of space, I guess. It's just an extra
I did make one, and like I was scrolling through it. I mean, like looking just at it, it's basically just Twitter, but it doesn't feel as shitty to scroll through it because I don't know about you guys' timeline, but my entire Twitter timeline is literally just most of them are just quote retweets of people trying to like dunk on each other, and it's just
because you're
like,
not sharing enough.
That's been Twitter
goals.
since time immemorial. So
Dude, mine is like all artwork.
well, yeah, like I have a lot of artwork, but like in between that, it's either artwork or just like people just trying to dunk on each other.
You got a lot of people hating on your art. That's all. Also positive.
Yeah.
Do you see
This
like
is an absolute win.
AI art speed paint where they're just erasing the white?
Yes.
That's
So
a lot of people.
That was
No,
so
yes,
hilarious.
the video is so funny.
Yeah, it's like no one really believes it.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
Like,
it's a
at
reminder.
first-
The
well,
AI
at first when it
people
was just,
don't know shit about art.
like that had to be. That had to be.
Like it is straight up
That's
someone
how-
who's ever drawn in their life and just actually thinks that that's
Yeah,
hatred.
it's like, oh yeah, I'll put the white layers
That's
and
how
I'll
I draw.
erase
That's how
it
you
and they'll
guys
totally
draw.
think
That's
I
how I
painted it.
For a second, I was a little worried because it was just drawing the hair, and like, wait, is it auto-generating the hair? And then it started doing the face. Like, oh no, it's just erasing the white layer. Okay.
I thought it was hilarious because like you didn't even use like a brush opacity, like you didn't use like a brush with opacity on it, so it's just solid circle chunks they're
Yeah.
erasing.
Like, this isn't even. They didn't even try. It had to be like not even meant to try. There's no way someone really thought like this. Oh yeah, this is gonna get those.
It's also like really funny. They like they posted like pictures of like their progress later, which is just clearly them just like tracing over different like parts of the drawing.
And the trace just looks awful.
Yeah,
It's just
Like,
bad.
it's not even like well traced.
Yeah.
It's been well traced, yeah.
Imagine like caring about art though. It could be me.
It's like, it's so weird. They think that we're some like privileged like black people or something. It's like you're hoarding all the talent
You're
for art or something.
gatekeeping talent.
We need to democratize art so that everyone can make generic big blue anime
You
girls.
heard it here first. All artists are communists. You can Wait, no, that's the opposite.
No,
They
those
want
people are
art
all
communism. That's what it is. They want to seize the means of talent.
Well, the AI guys, those are the AI guys. They want to democratize it supposedly. But we're the bad guys because we're hoarding all the talent. We're the bourgeoisie.
Yeah.
No.
For once, we have something that they can't have.
The proletariat.
Like it really is the definition of a skill issue.
Yeah, literally.
The there's another thing that I have that these people also don't have, and that's bitches.
Bitches.
Well,
Bitches, money, minus money. Actually, only bitches.
Imaginary bitches. You can create yourself.
Bitches get money and have to pay child support.
Bitches, also known as waifus.
also known as
Yeah. Well,
also known as
my
just
waifu.
the person I'm dating.
no way.
Damn, cringe dating real people? Wow, okay.
I know. We're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
I hope it worked out for you, or not.
Well, it's been a 2-year process. I think we're still dating.
Okay.
Oh,
Sweet.
what? Not.
What's that meme? It's like too long didn't read. Sorry that happened to you, or congratulations.
Or congratulations.
No, it's congratulations or sorry that happened to you.
Honestly, ever since I actually started dating, looking into like dating culture is so, like specifically straight people dating culture is so bizarre. It's just because it's a lot of, from my perspective, it's a lot of people making a joke about hating your partner, and I'm just like,
That's like boomer humor. That's like boomer I hate my wife humor though.
Yeah.
But it was just something that I immediately noticed because it's like I don't feel that way about my partner at all. I don't want to feel that way about my partner. They're kind of
They live from an era where you never divorced someone even though you hated them viciously.
true, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Catholic Church would burn your house down.
No, just any church.
Well,
Pick
mostly
one. One of them's gonna come and burn your stuff.
Yeah. It's just,
as someone who grew up Catholic and then got better,
Better.
Oh my god.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be clipped somewhere. That's gonna out of all the things in the stream, that's gonna get there. That's gonna be floating around.
Listen, as someone who grew up Catholic, I saw Catholicism in this one sentence, and it's the I love God and God hates me.
Yeah,
That's
Catholic
Catholicism.
be a thing, you know. It's a term. It's a term for a reason. There's a lot of baggage sometimes.
Yeah, God doesn't even like make sense because it's like if God is all powerful, why does he allow all the fucked up shit in the world to happen? So
We're really gonna have a
he's either
Richard
not all
Dawkins
powerful or
debate.
not all
If God
good.
wasn't a coward, he would fight me right now.
If God wasn't a coward, he'd fight you.
One me, God, real quick.
Final destination, no items.
See, here's the thing. If God was real, why is he not coming down here and having a sloppy makeout session with me right now?
Real quick, is that gonna be the end of
Exactly. That's a real question.
us fighting the gods?
No,
Ooh.
I don't think it'll be. The tough part about level 12 is that you aren't equipped for that, really. So
I mean, you could make it longer.
that seems like a. I've done the level 20 campaign, and they did actually kill Asmodeus in that campaign, so that's tough. They did do that, but that was 4 years in the making. And
Oh my god.
that takes some time out of you. After you do that, you're like, wow, I'm creatively spent. Like I just need to stare at a wall for the next 6 months of my life.
Just for that,
So why you on
You're gonna
hiatus?
do like a long campaign.
No, that was a long one. They started from level 1 all the way out till, I think technically 23, because they started getting boons after a little bit.
I'm looking at like
Yeah.
the level
I
up.
feel like
I think I'm probably fine at 12. I don't get anything too crazy out of the ordinary past that.
I think, judging by where you guys are in the campaign, we have...
They get my Indomitable at level 9. So.
You guys have at most 4 levels left in you.
Ayo.
oh wow. Wow. We are moving.
Schmoovin'.
Why is it that when I redesigned later I made her hair like this? Why did I have to go with big braids? Why
What
did I have to
level are
do
we
that?
again? I forget.
You're level 7.
7.
I gotta see what
So you'll
we're
get to
getting
level
next.
12, maybe 12, and then you can kind of retire these characters if they make it. If they don't, you can make a nice little funeral for them.
What if I die at a level 11? What do I do?
That does suck then.
Well-
That's
That does
That's
suck. I have nothing.
bad.
You love when your DMs.
That is tough. I won't lie to you guys.
Oh, I'll get
You're-
shit on anyway.
Yeah, I'm not
Don't
married to your
put that
characters, so you guys are. It's kind of in the shit box if you die.
You can't die in the third act.
You
Yeah.
know, it's like, if you die, it's not my problem.
Like we keep over here already talking about what's gonna happen at the end. We're just giving ourselves like death flags.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah. When he said it's like, oh, y'all could have died because Mordred ability thing, and I was like, oh god, I missed my time to die. The death flags, it would have been perfect.
Yeah, see, here's the thing.
Like yeah, like you
Levi's not married.
spent the entire half of the session flirting, and then you would have died. It would have been terrible.
Yeah, it would have been sad, especially since the last thing I did to you was like brush off your hand
Yeah.
when you were just trying to help. I was like, oh, that would have been painful.
Yeah, from the sound of things, it's not that Levi's married to your characters, but he is the divorce counselor.
Yeah, a little bit, I guess.
Divorcing
just-
life.
They I try to divorce. That's a good use of word. I try to divorce myself from characters often because I don't like to get attached to the player characters because then I get an unhealthy favoritism, especially when it's good because you're all artists unless you're Saito, in which you don't draw.
Except you don't draw your character ever.
All
Yeah.
of you have drawn your character, which means I haven't. And in all my other campaigns, I'm usually the guy that does that, and then I'll draw the NPCs.
I think
with
everyone
the-
else has drawn your character more than you have, or the same amount that you have, Saito.
Probably
Yeah,
accurate, actually.
pretty much.
But since I've not
I can
spent-
tell you that I've drawn more of her than he had.
Yeah, since I've not spent time drawing your characters, I'm not very attached to them at all. And if they do die, that is just bad news. You will just roll another one until the campaign is done. But
What if I die in the last 3 sessions?
that's
like I die each of those sessions with the new character I rolled.
I'd wager there's a good chance somebody bites it next time we play, and then probably like the one after that. Like there's,
Oh, whoa, you're really going hard. This is great.
I really like the next one because it's a very unique. I mean, narratively, it's actually very important. There's if you can believe it, there's actually plot next session.
Oh my god. It's the Knuckle-V guys, the ones
lot?
who could fight in the first session.
that goes beyond smacking the piss out of Mordred. There is actually like coherent, tangible. I need to know this for the overarching narrative of this
Oh, we're
campaign.
gonna fight
plot.
Osprey, hell yeah.
Probably.
Oh, let's go.
But the
We're gonna
actual,
get other people-
yeah, the actual fight
gonna
is
give him a
unique
war.
in application. So I'm excited for it.
Give him a good little what for. Gonna give him a little bit of a little snack.
Why is Oz the enemy in all of your your future scaping? You guys always paint Mosrin as the bad guy here.
He wants to take away Coffee's sword.
It's not even
Yeah,
her
it's the sword I earned, dude. This is like the second sword I got.
I earned this.
I got Gawain's sword and it turned to dust.
Yep.
And I didn't even get to keep the gamer girl Gawain water.
Yeah, you got jumped in an alley and Grim took it from you.
Yeah, it's spilled everywhere, and I did. Only Shy Z has the gamer girl dust water. Also, did we roll to see how much dust you got out of that, or I forget how the resolution for that?
There's
It's
something
a
like
bottle.
it's pretty amazing. We're just talking about this on stream, and whoever's watching has no clue.
Yeah, no, it's awful. It's all. This is probably
Yeah,
terrible.
this is the exact opposite of consumable content. Actually,
We apologize.
Stream,
we
if it
gotta
makes-
segue out of this.
Stream, if it makes you feel better, I also don't know what the hell they're talking about, so.
Yeah, Kenzie is kind of in the shits of it all because he's actually here with us and it's suffering.
No idea what's
I did-
going on.
She, I should point out it's she.
Oh, my bad, Kenzie. Yeah, she's actually in here with us and she's suffering. So
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
let's-
swerve.
yeah, let's take a
Swerving.
hard swerve away
Swerve me.
from.
My
wanna talk about the
elbow
coffee
brace
church?
came in today, and it's kind of neat. I got a compression arm thing.
You have a compression arm thing.
Yeah, for your elbow. I wanted to get a brace initially, but it was like healing up, so I was like, I'll just get like a pair of compression things, you know, for like tennis elbow / golfer whatever elbow.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, that's good. I'll have them, and I'll only use it for. I'll have 2 because it came in a pair, and I'll just use them for my right arm. I'm a righty.
There you go.
So now I'm supported. It's like when I got my like wrist brace a few years ago, like, and I was like, oh my god, support.
Now you've got that Midoriya cosplay going on, right?
Hey yo.
Oh, I'm embodying the character.
Unless you mean Midoriya from My Hero Academia, in which case I guess that kind of applies too.
That's mostly is what I meant though. The kind of sorry, trying to
Ezekiel model wrong.
1.7.
Gotta Google, you know, when you forget language and you have to Google information.
Languages suck. I mean, the English as a language sucks the most, to be fair.
Yeah, it's not great.
We could have done better. Considering how much we stole from other languages, we could have done better.
I mean, it's not the hardest language to learn. It just has a lot of dumb things in it that don't make any sense.
Yeah.
Let's see, what is actually the hardest language? The consensus on that question. Let's consult the Google machine.
I think there's a few different criterias. It's like hardest to speak and then hardest to like write.
I think it also depends on where you were brought up in the world, because some languages will be easier to learn than others because they'll have similarities to the language.
Yeah.
The other languages won't have.
Oh yeah, there's also some that are really far out there. Just like,
and then there's also the case of Japanese, which is alright to learn when you're speaking it, but when you're writing it, it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, when I said writing, I was like, I think Japanese is really bad because it's got like 3 syllabaries and like thousands of kanji. It's like rip.
Also, Japanese is kind of like, unless you're living in Japan, there's kind of no point in knowing Japanese. Like nowhere else in the world would be used.
Also the fact that there's like multiple different writings for words that are pronounced the exact same.
Yeah.
Which is great.
I've never seen shorts so short in my life.
You're about to.
I'm about to? You're gonna make these shorter?
Well, I'm just cleaning up the lineup.
Okay, I was like, dude, these ain't even shorts anymore. They're like long underwear.
It reminds me of the there was that debacle in like 2019, maybe 2020, when they had like new uniforms for the waitresses at Hooters, and everybody was angry. Like everybody was angry about them.
Why?
What they changed?
I don't even remember this at all. What happened?
It was all over. Okay, it was like on the front page of Reddit for a day. It was bizarre.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Are you sure
it was pretty much
Reddit or your Reddit?
Yeah, it was. No, it was definitely RL. It was exactly like the short, like the really high riding booty shorts that Saito's drawing right now.
What'd they change? Did they just make them longer?
No, they were worse, like shorter
black?
somehow. They were just bloomers at this point, like pretty much.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Huh.
I mean,
And nobody was happy about them. Like obviously the waitresses were not happy. Even the public was like, "This is just a little egregious, don't you think?"
Oh yeah.
Too much, guys. Too much.
Yeah. It's just underwear. It's like high-waisted underwear.
Yeah, and nobody wants that.
Like, whoa, don't you know that fathers are bringing their kids into these establishments?
Yeah, like guys,
Come
we're
on.
here for the wings. Like, please don't do this.
Or they are coming of age.
Watch game if it's on, you know. Watch some sports ball. Just not. Gotta keep it classy. Keep it classy. Here's an idea. What if we... Something that I thought of when you brought up coffee, that you have like a compression arm thing.
Yeah.
Maybe reminded me. So you know how people get like kind of angry if you don't draw a yang with a prosthetic, or if you
Yeah.
They call it like ableist and whatever. So I wonder, nobody's mad at Mercury when he wears pants, right? When he isn't showing his robot legs. So what if like Yang wore like one of those like arm sleeves that like some athletes wear, and just covers up the arm? Do you think this is like a style choice for something? Do you think someone would get mad at that? 'Cause it's essentially the same thing as what's going on with Mercury.
I think so.
Yeah, no, I think it's fine.
Yeah, that should
I
be
think anyway, you can. She's always been really fashionable and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like it fits
And-
in like with stylizing or personalizing her outfit.
Yeah, and she customized her arm anyway. So what's adding more accessories gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
Mm.
pimping
I've
it.
really had this conversation with one other person too, and it's like, yeah, it's fine. She's fucking let her have fun, dude.
Also, a
People
lot
do
of
stuff
people,
like that
a
all
lot
the
of
time. They'll paint on their prosthetics and stuff. But
yeah, people in real life customize their mobility aids all the time. So if-
yeah, people get real touchy about it and weird about it.
It's one of those situations where it's like people get very angry.
Yeah, I
on Twitter
remember
about it.
one of the weird cases was it Aaron Wynn who made the
Yeah,
Team
it was.
RWBY? They were all like actor AU, so it was like, oh, Blake doesn't
They
have her
didn't-
ears. Obviously, that's a prosthetic thing. But people were upset Yang didn't have her prosthetic, and I'm like, she would be an actor. That would you wouldn't
would have a
literally cut off
CGI
your
arm.
for her role. That's not like ableist.
Don't
That's
be
just-
ableist, Coffee. Come on.
Don't be ableist. Actors, if you play a disabled character, you have to become disabled. Fact.
Yeah.
I mean, if Ryan Reynolds or Ryan Gosling can play the piano for La La Land, someone can chop off their arm to play Yang. Okay.
it's true.
It's only right.
Yeah.
It's called method acting.
Those
people.
are definitely comparable. Yep.
They are.
It's called method acting, and if you're not doing it, are you really an actor?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
really.
he spent 6 months learning how to play the piano so he can play it for La La Land, and
And
this
you can
person
spend
can
6 months
spend
healing from your amputation.
Yeah.
That easy.
spend 6 minutes in your kitchen with a good steak knife, get it a little hot, and just get after it.
Wait, I have stake in this conversation. As a theater actor, this is not a joke.
Okay.
As a theater actor, it is very important to get into your roles. So, I would say that if someone who did not have the same sort of disability that Yang did had, I do believe, by technicality, that it would be technically within the actor's best interest to remove their arm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, well, I mean, like,
Put it in the freezer. put it back on later.
would that be like in their contract when they signed up to play Yang, because Yang originally
I
wasn't?
would say, to be
like,
fair,
disabled.
I feel like the
would have
hiring
to-
company /
yeah, they would
production
be-
company would
They
have
would
to
probably
pay
be notified ahead of time via NDA, but if they agree to the terms, then
That'd be a hell of a commitment to a role.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know like
I
how
wouldn't
Christian Bale
I
stopped
wouldn't
himself.
put it past certain people.
You're playing Pietro, someone get the bat.
Yeah, it's like, sorry, buddy. They'll heal eventually.
Ironwood? Ooh.
Oh, well, Wait, what if it...
Then it's just, wait, what if you just cast someone who's already an amputee or is in a wheelchair? That's not the conversation we're having right now. We're having the conversation of someone
Real.
who isn't that.
If you get
the role.
hired, you have to chop off your arm.
Because, again, those people weren't... Pietro wasn't in a wheelchair, initially, probably. He was... it probably was due to an injury or something. So to really get into his character, you have to have an injury that puts you in a wheelchair.
True method acting. It's
Although if the character does have a genetic defect at birth, then we will have to edit your genome.
Yeah, we are
what
gonna
will
have
happen is that
yeah.
we'll get your DNA, we'll make a genetic clone, and we'll alter the genes so it's the same.
Oh God.
DNA. And then we'll put them in the
don't you
growth
need to make a
pod
clone?
for like 6 to 8 months, and then they'll come out. And then you'll get residuals, but like they're getting paid.
You know, ethically, it's not the soundest or cleanest process, but for method acting, it will be the most committed
Be a more
process.
genuine product.
Yeah.
You know, we're all about artistic integrity.
Actually, speaking about genome manipulation, I had
This is gonna be good.
It's about
yeah.
You
So
know?
here's, no,
I
here's
didn't
just like
think we were gonna get here when we started the stream.
I had, yeah, no, I had. Well, I recently managed to get the game RimWorld, and
Okay.
I was just planning to do a run of it with people from the Ever After Discord because it's one of those like base management sort of things, but it's very in depth, very in depth. There is a specific gene that can make your character when they vomit rats.
What the heck?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
There's also a ton of mods for the game. You can in fact steal genetic codes from people. It does kill them.
It will destroy them.
Makes sense. Checks out.
It's like after no, it's like it does kill them.
I mean, to be fair, stealing a chromosome from someone will probably kill them.
That checks out.
Just copy it.
No, it is literally it is stealing it. It's not
Like
copying it.
stealing the same chromosome from all their cells in their body.
What?
Yeah, that's basically how it kills them.
Wait, legit? You take the
Because,
chromosome?
like, imagine just taking 1/24th from someone.
But like from all their cells in the body.
Yeah.
You couldn't get a saliva swab? Come on.
No, we don't do that here.
No,
That's
no, because that's not fun. What's the point?
It's all or nothing.
What's the point in genetic research if you're just gonna like?
The issue with
Yeah,
it is
call
that
them
it's kind of
swabs.
gay. That's why they didn't go with it. They preferred to do the murder.
Yeah, where's the fun in like genome splicing and that sort of thing? If you're just gonna make someone like spit in a cup and use that like in genetic information in order to get whatever genetic mutations that you want, no, you just touch someone and then they die.
I'd love to see you as a doctor.
No, actually, my partner is genuinely studying to get a biochemistry degree, so.
So
hell
this
yeah, I
could
love
be
that.
very near and dear to your heart in the near future here. This could be something you pursue.
Actually, technically, that would be forensic pathology.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
So, technically, this would only apply to my partner after the person was dead.
So we're gonna you'll have to figure out a way to get your partner to not so suspiciously be surrounded by recently dead people, to kind of discover more about.
Yeah, the problem is that I am Scottish and also just an insidiously violent person, so like that's not gonna happen.
Okay.
No, that sounds like a pair made in heaven. If she needs genetic material and you're
Like, I'm Scottish, I'm an Aries, I was doomed from the fucking start. God released me into the world and was just like, start biting people.
Said you're an Aries.
This is your
Yep.
calling.
I'm actually born on the first day of Aries stuff.
Nice. Okay.
What is that again?
I thought you were so into it because you said it, and then you're just like the
It was
first
like
day,
one of those days, you know. The first
start
day.
of it.
Beginning of
Whatever
Aries
month that is.
season. It's the beginning of
You
Aries
know, when
season.
it begins, the first day, that one, I was born.
Well, I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, that's facts.
what you said isn't incorrect.
Well, I mean, it's weird because, you know, the constant, like, it doesn't go with the month. It's like random. It's like, oh, you know, like Leo is like end of August to the beginning of September.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, they
like-
are into each other. I think
Actually,
they are like roughly a month. They just like start and end in weird places.
Well, there's like
if you want to go, yeah, if you want to go deeper into zodiac stuff, my moon is actually also Leo. Again, I'm just doomed from the start.
What?
I don't know what that means, but
Okay,
I'm happy for
so
you.
in
Or
astrology-
had that happen.
Okay, in expanded astrology, there's technically like 3 signs that you can have without going into like actual Mercury into retrograde bullshit. Which is your sun sign, which is just your sign if you don't care about that stuff. Your moon sign, which is sort of.
Is this like the
I think-
whole Saturn is in retrograde thing?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, Saturn Gatorade, yeah.
But your sun sign is supposed to be like the person that you're projecting out into the world. Your moon sign is the person that is more on the inside, and then there's your rising or ascending sign, which is something that kind of makes up your character. It's weird, but
If your 2 signs match?
Inside
you're
of you, there are 2
Leo on
more.
the inside and the outside.
yeah, that basically just means that you're not a very deep person.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, so my sun sign is Aries, which, if you know any stereotypes about Aries, it's just sort of like, do you want to fight?
Do you
Do
want
you
to
want
fight,
to
mate?
And
Do you
then,
wanna fight?
with my moon sign being Leo, it's basically the same thing, except a lot more conceited. And then my rising sign is Taurus, which also means that I'm relaxed.
You
Relax,
about that.
It's like I could
Laid back,
become
but
a
you want to
problem.
fight.
It's like I could become a problem, I just can't be fucked.
You're a problem, but don't fight it. Then that's a real problem.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Sorry, I like apologies to Saito's stream. I really did just go on like an absolutely like apeshit tangent there.
A tangent of all tangents.
The tangent of all
there have been
Yeah,
worse
we did
tangents so far.
But it was either that or the Catholicism tangent, so take your pick.
Well,
Well, yeah. Yeah, we'll take course.
what's your favorite Bible quote, guys? Come on.
So, do you believe in God? And
Yeah,
when do
let's
you
let's go book to book. We'll start in Genesis and we'll
I like the
we'll
part
suss
where-
work our way through? Yeah.
I like the
Or
part
in
we
the
got
Old
to hear about
Testament.
Jesus' feet.
Jesus is
Okay, now that's an interesting, a very modern.
I don't know the order of the Bibles. I'm sorry.
No, but well, that was
What's the read order of the Bible?
Yeah, it's been a while since I read the book.
What's my watch order on the books
Yeah.
of the
now
Bible?
we have the Old Testament, which
yeah,
is
but
all
one of the Netflix
I watched
series
that,
come out
that Jesus and Buddha anime. When does it like?
oh,
If I
that
finish
was
the anime, where do I pick up in the books?
It is gonna be like,
The Bible.
like with, like the Fate series, where I'm gonna need like a 40-minute video just explaining the lore leading up to it.
See, all you need to know
I
about the
understand.
Bible is that the Old Testament was all the stuff that happened before Jeezy, and then the New Testament is all the stuff that happened with like during and after Jeezy.
Then what did Levi say? He said Genesis.
Yeah, so
But
that's
the first
In the
book.
beginning.
the
That's
Old
the
Testament.
World of Remnant
Yeah.
part.
Genesis is the creation of Remnant.
Oh, I
which
got
is
it.
like-
It's the fables.
it's Jen Taylor talking at the beginning.
yeah.
Mhm.
There.
Yeah, you hear Cortana kind of open up about a weird monologue about luck, and then we do a hard pan to God sitting in Blood Gulch, and he's like, "What am I doing here?"
Also, Cain kills his brother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that does happen, huh?
Honestly,
And they never elaborate because Adam and Eve only have two children. They're both male, and they never elaborate as to where the rest of humanity comes from. But
honestly, if you're not reading the Bible from a theological
Wait.
standpoint, the book is exceedingly violent.
Wait.
Oh, I bet.
Are the first children of like Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel?
yes,
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
and Kane is essentially responsible for the original.
Would you believe
sin.
I went to
Kane
Catholic
killed
school
his
for 2
brother.
years?
I wouldn't, but I
It was
believe
Sunday
you must
school.
have been there.
It was Sunday school, but
I knew that, but I've never
did
read the
too. I
Bible.
don't remember like anything from it.
me.
I love how I tried to
Agree.
save you guys from
Watch
this
the
conversation, but
series
you're having it anyway. Like, I tried to save you guys from this conversation, and you're having it anyway. So, like, what's the point?
Having the
Bible-
goofy version
The
of
Bible's actually an interesting book, but the religion around it is very problematic, is a thing.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta pick and choose
I'm
your
asking
battles.
lore questions about the book. I'm not. We're not talking about.
The application therein.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I also love the sort of newfangled thing of the Christians that will say like, we'll love you no matter what, even if we just don't agree with thing. It's just like, so you basically just said that you love me, but you're also wrong. It shouldn't exist. So it's just sort of like, what's the fucking point? What is the point of what you said?
Some flowery
I would
language.
rather you just call me a slur.
Bro, Saito just put the hottest hot pink on this girl.
No, make it back.
There.
Take it back, Saito.
Okay. Alright, fine.
No, no.
There you go.
So
Like,
make it
yeah.
orange and then write Hooters on it.
Yeah.
That'll be the callback, and we'll come full circle with that.
No, that's the Patreon exclusive version.
There you go.
Right.
Now, I didn't see the amputee hidden blade leg coming.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fucking dope.
Is
that lady
is she still wizard-esque, or is she really more
Assassin.
really more an assassin?
I mean,
Assassin.
the
Yes,
this
and
is the wand component that uses the cast.
oh, okay.
So I guess like I can sort of picture her using like kicks and stuff, and then like stuff will like shoot out of her legs. That's kind of the idea.
I find this fascinating because I also have an original project that's like witch based, and it's like, oh yeah, magic, fuck yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was also gonna say it's really funny that Saito is coming up with this concept right now, because that's also one of the concepts I had for Nyx.
Witches are just in. I
and
guess.
knife flex.
Witches are in, yeah. Dude, I saw some screenshots of the Witch Atelier, the manga, and I was like, that's so rad. Why is it so cool looking? I know I've loved the art style and I've heard good shit about it for like years, and I've just never gotten around to reading it. Just like one day our
One of these days.
our paths will cross.
Yeah, don't
Well,
let your
not
dreams
today.
be dreams. Coffee. You
And then I
can
go back
make
to
it.
reading Black Butler.
You just gotta get out there and do it.
No, actually, I
The wise
stopped
man once said,
because I got distracted.
got distracted. Damn it.
I'm easily distracted. I have like multiple manga
Honestly,
open on my phone that I'm like, I'll get back to that.
And you give her cool stickers like
Oh yeah.
on her
and a
legs.
prosthetic.
Yeah.
Give her runes, right? Do runes, do it.
No, that's way too that's too intentional. I mean like stickers. She looks younger. Like you put stickers on your water bottle or your laptop case. Like just slap some stickers on her.
Okay, what about the stickers with runes on them? That's her
Fridge
magic.
magnet.
She makes stickers, and then she writes runes on them with like a Sharpie, and then it creates a spell.
There you go.
Or maybe
Imagine that actually. That would probably actually be a really cool application for spells, right? It's like
Or maybe
you,
no.
you take
no.
that sticker sheet, you write the same spell on each of the stickers, and when you need it to be applied to an object or person, you just grab the
Yeah.
sticker sheet, you take one off, and you slam it on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Actually, to be fair, one of the characters that I have for like original universe stuff essentially fights with like magical Tamagotchis. So
Nice.
Magical Tamagotchi.
Magic.
So you made Digimon?
Digimon.
Shout out to Ruby who said
Right.
fucking magic, and then
I
all
hate
the
that you're
fans
right.
who went, yo, magic kinda cool though. What if we did magic though?
I just got to that. I'm rewatching the series, and I just got to that part in Volume 5 where they're all sitting in that blessed, beautiful home.
Oh, your
and
favorite place.
and Crow, yeah, and Yang and Weiss have just arrived, and they are somehow confronting Oz about this Geneva Convention violating war crime he's pulled off by making Crow and Raven birds. And I will dissect this at length when I come across in the podcast, but can we, as a kind of a round table here, talk about what exactly are they getting at? What exactly are they so angry at Oz about? Because if I'm being completely honest, it sounds like they are this is a beneficial agreement for all parties involved.
Yeah, I think what they were trying to do, but this didn't, is imply that he forced it on them. And ended up being okay with it later. And
worse than that maybe.
But
it's weird.
But that also just doesn't seem
If it was an actual consent to force this upon us, but they both seem pretty chill about it.
Yeah. It's one of those things that just seems not very well explained.
Yeah.
Where it's just kind of...
It'd be different if they explained, every time I turn into a bird, it hurts. It's it breaks all my bones and transforms my flesh.
It's a terrible existence.
You just see a few feathers, flutter by, but I have to be compressed into a bird.
I think Yang just hates Raven, and anytime she hears something bird related, she just gets pissed off.
Just needed to get that out, yeah.
She just gets angry.
But she was agreeing with Raven in that scene, so that makes no sense.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that happened to you."
Why would you even do that?
Why would Oz turn you into a bird? That's fucked up, man.
It's the whole conversation just comes off super, weirdly accusatory, and Ozpin is just in the strange turn of events, he doesn't even immediately jump to the conclusion of, Crow and Raven were cool with it. End of conversation. They were cool with it. They were totally chill. Yeah. He saves that for the end for some reason, and I don't know why Crow didn't also immediately jump in and say I wanted that. I asked to be a bird.
It's cool. My name is Crow, her name is Raven. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
Wait, are you implying that they he turned them into birds before he asked them to go ahead or whatever? Is that what is suggesting the scene is implying here or something?
I mostly want to get to the bottom of why the girls are so one kind of angry / they're a little butthurt that people and
Mom
they
act like it's
birds.
a war crime has been committed on their
and
body,
then
maybe some sort of weird experimentation or something they thought.
And then 2, why are they so amazed? I guess because if I get that semblances are not the same, but is being a bird that outlandish comparatively when we already have a lot of very outlandish semblances?
And faunus exist in the world.
I'm trying to think of a good comparison here. So someone Avatar, right? They have bending, but if someone just shapeshifted into something, a different animal or something, or someone going to the spirit world, those are amazing things, right?
Right.
If someone said that, they would be like, "Whoa, that's incredible."
Yeah,
so maybe it's similar like that, where it's
I think it gets made even worse by later seasons when you find out that that's not necessarily even that weird of a thing, because Ruby's body literally dematerializes.
Yeah.
So my
I guess transforming into something else entirely is maybe what it is. Where it's that's
why
something can do.
Why is it a necromancer? So
I also think it's just that weird distinction they're trying to make between auras and semblances and magic that they just can't really nail.
Yeah, and I think
it's too varied. So it's hard to differentiate between what's magic.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe semblances are closer to My Hero Academia quirks than they are to bending. So it's not outlandish to be okay, you turn to a bird. That's not crazy.
Yeah,
I think is more just.
There's a lady who has a hammer.
What they should be like questioning more is like, you have 2 semblances. That should be the.
Yeah, it just seems odd that they're so, one, butthurt, and 2, like, completely taken aback that he can even turn into a bird. Like, it's the weirdest thing they've seen all their lives.
This is before we know even, like, Oz is, like,
well,
magic man.
I don't know.
Maidens are
I feel like the other thing at that point, I think the other thing at that point is that they probably just don't like Ozpin very much anymore.
I just don't like Ozpin.
Which-
well, no, that's before,
I think the obvious point of the
that
scene
we're lying about.
was just like,
okay.
hey, we need to make Oz look dubious, so make them act
Oh,
upset.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Is that the argument we want to linchpin with Oz? Is this how the writers get across base that Oz is a morally great person because he turned his advisor?
There's some
Remember
other
Volume
ridiculous
5
stuff.
was the
It is
volume
kind of-
where they were working on Genlock and had a lot of their budget and like taken.
Well, this
a lot
isn't
of
like a
crunch.
budget thing though.
No,
This is like just a more of a
budget
story.
and crunch. So it's like I can imagine it's like if they had put something
They had
in
to like
there.
write the script in a week or something.
Yeah, if they didn't get a lot of time to double back on their script and edit a lot, maybe that just made it into the final. And they're like, it's
You know what?
fine.
This
No.
it could really use another pass, but we
Yeah,
have to
especially
start
when people
actually
had
shooting
gotten
this
a
game.
hold of like scoring the scene or animating the scene already. It's like, yeah, you know, it's something. At some point, you gotta be like, it's out of my hands.
They have said that,
I'll blame Gray.
like, I don't know if they have said, but like, it hasn't like been confirmed that Volume 5 was like the second draft. Like, they didn't actually like draft it very much.
Oh
I think
really?
they
Oh, I can. I totally make sense.
They
though.
talk about like volume 7 or 6, where it's like, oh, we actually had time to do drafts. Like they say something like that, where it's like, it implies that they didn't have time before to really double back on their script for like 4 and 5.
Watching 4 and 5 kind of solidifies, I think, to me that they really were. They would have done best if they were all just one season. I feel like 4 and 5.
No,
Let me say my bit. I feel like pacing aside, obviously you're not gonna get that. Like I get that Rooster Teeth is a smaller studio comparatively, and yada yada web show, but I think 4 and 5, they bleed into each other quite a bit, and the pacing of both of them is egregious on all accounts. Obviously, a second pass would have done them some good, but it definitely feels like it was a one and done in the writers' room and kind of shoved out the door.
I feel like Joker will disagree with you on the Volume 4 part, but
Yeah.
Volume
Do
5
you-
I mean,
definitely
I agree that Volume 4 isn't like perfectly phased, but I do think
any of them are perfect.
I like slower paced shows in general, so I like the slow pace of Volume 4, and I like Volume 4. So.
I am on the side. You could probably condense those 2 volumes. I think like brevity is the soul of wit.
I don't
Like,
disagree.
you just concentrate it. You know, it's like a good soup. You like reduce, and then you got like something that's really nice and like brief and get to the point.
See, but I just don't know, cause like imagine like we get to like we have Volume 4 happening, right? And then we get to the Mistral Academy, and then we immediately go into like that whole confrontation there. That was like Cinder's already there when they show up, like attacking the vault or something like that. You know,
Well,
it's
Well,
like-
it's also like a web show. They've always been really loose about the episode count. Like, so it's like it's
So
just,
what if it was like just one long volume, like instead of it being like the 12 or 13 or whatever they normally do, and it's like well, I think Volume 5 is like 14 episodes or something like that, right?
like make it like 14 or some shit.
Well, yeah, well,
There is the
Well,
other
come on,
problem.
come
I
on.
also,
Grounded
but I'm
volumes,
also of the
like,
thought
actually.
that they should have taken longer when they made the switch to Maya. Like
Like,
it should have been like
yeah.
another full
Yeah.
year
like
after
more
I
for
volume
between
3, like
yeah.
even longer.
There's also the other problem with the fact that Volume 4's pace is kind of hampered a bit by the fact that all 4 of the main characters are doing separate things.
Yeah, there are different locations, so they have to like cut away. You know, I almost feel like it would have been, and there's no way they could ever do this. Like just focus on like the RWBY plot line, and then like have the other girls just like off, and then you don't see them again until like RWBY meets up with them again. But there's
You
no way
100% could have done that. A lot
I
of
mean,
stories
like
do
that
How many seasons
that
are
wouldn't
they
have been
gonna do?
great, because then you're just focusing on the story where like that they character.
it's just what you do is you double back. You know, you double back. You like you go back in time to like see how everybody caught up there.
Yeah, like we meet up with Weiss again, and then we see all the Weiss stuff that happened in Volume.
Yeah,
4.
like that could have been easily done. I feel like with probably Weiss and Yang's side story, a little less with Blake. Hers is a bit more involved.
Yeah.
It could be though is like you don't get to see Weiss or Blake for multiple years potentially. So Keith would have died. He would have committed seppuku, but he would have just been like, I'm done.
I think that's the sacrifice we can pull.
Not seeing characters for years is not weird for RT with the Neo not existing until she does.
Oh, that's a weird thing too, because it's like.
So it wouldn't be so out of like pocket. It would have been like, okay, that's not. They have a plan for things. Trust the process.
I almost feel like Sun and Penny showing up when they do is almost more harmful than Neo, because like they kind of steal the show at the end of Volume 1 when Weiss and Yang just are doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like
I agree with
why
Penny.
like I know I love Sun, I like Penny.
Actually, like stood by Blake and helped fight off the White Fang. I mean,
that would have been great, yeah. Like or like Yang runs after Blake when she runs off, and instead of Sun, it's Yang who's like the one who hears her whole story about the White Fang and stuff.
Yeah, you could have it staged and stuff. So instead, like they meet up in pairs at first because like Weiss meets up with Yang first. You could have it be like Weiss meets up with Blake first, and then they meet up with Yang last, and then they meet up with Envy.
Like cut out the Jean arc, and then just lengthen that final 2 episodes with the whole Blake Weiss White Fang drama. Like make that the whole second half of the volume.
Oh, you're talking about the end of first volume. Oh, I thought you were still talking about the interim where they were still separated.
No. Yeah. Like, and the end of volume. What I'm saying with with Neo is like, how Penny and Sun show up at the end of Volume 1, and they kind of steal the show.
He just did that. He was just like, I'm gonna add this character.
See, that's fun, but also like. Yang is right there, and she hasn't even gotten anything in this volume. She's like,
hey, I'll tell you. You know what series that does something with Yang and Blake in Volume 1? It's RWBY.
No, but see, the thing is though, I just feel like it's so close. Just replace Sun at the end with Yang, and replace Penny with Weiss. Have Weiss show up with RWBY, and then they help him fight him off. And then the whole gang team up and fight off the White Fang, and Torch Rick runs away like his little bitch he is, and then. It's great. They have a whole big team RWBY moment.
Big forethought.
Perfect.
They were making an episode every week or something.
Yeah, I know. It's just like this seems so. It just seems so like this is like so obvious. Come on, like you don't need a Jean arc. You don't need Sun or Penny. You can throw them in the first episode of Volume 2.
Yeah.
Like instead of the food fight, which I like the food fight, but it's kind of you could use that animation somewhere else for more important things. I don't know. Ooh, man. It's like it's so close. It's so close. It was all right there. But what if I add a monkey boy and a robot girl to this story?
To be fair, I think they were invented as characters before Team Juniper, so they kind of have more right to be there.
This is true. They're way more relevant. I would much prefer, Okay, here's trade-off.
Well, I mean, if you believe that, then Salem was like the second one invented, and she didn't show up until in the end of Volume 3. So.
Yeah,
well, that's fine. Oh no, she's the narrator. She's literally in the first scene talking to us.
Yeah, but we didn't know that.
I know, that's a great twist. It's such an amazing twist. It's like,
I'm
oh my
not
god, you're
sure
telling me
they
that was going to be a villain?
They wrote that scene, I'll be honest. Maybe Monty knew something or had an inkling, but I'm not sure if
He had some stuff planned, but other stuff he's just kind of like, what if I just had a monkey wolf, robot girl this episode? What if I had an ice cream?
I feel like
I don't want to animate him running onto the plane. Here, all of it. I'll just teleport
him there. A whole new character. Well, to be fair, now this might be. I don't know, because she is in one of those shots when they're in the White Fang rally warehouse with Blake and Sun. So she was there, but that's probably
she's just standing there.
They probably added her in post after Monty animated the scene. I can imagine Miles and Carrie are watching over the roughs, and they're like, Monty, wait, what is happening? Who's that? That wasn't in the script. They're looking through the script frantically. Like, oh yeah, I just added him because I didn't want to animate him in the jet. And they're like,
And invented a new character. Her name is Ice Cream Bitch. You gotta fit her in the script.
Can we add her in the background? What can we do? And Mozzie's just standing there smiling.
It's based off of my friend who did a femme/cosplay. She's in this story now.
Of Roman, yeah. It's like, but I do like that's a more interesting way for Roman to exit that scene than just running in a jet, though. So it gets props for that.
Yeah, as we comment saying, Monty was a great animator, writer. Need some help.
Well, he just needs to like bring his ideas up before they get done, and then he just needs to bring his ideas up in the script phase instead of the, in his animation phase, which is kind of rough.
Except they didn't work like that. They went off in their different corners to do things. It's like, okay, you do the fights and we'll do our script over here. And we'll put in the script.
They should really communicate.
They didn't communicate until it was done afterwards. Like, wait, what?
That's what I was saying.
Like Neo wasn't originally supposed to be mute, but they didn't have time to get her a voice actor.
Yeah, they added her 2 weeks
saying anything anyway.
before.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't need to say anything in that scene for it to work, though.
I know, yeah, exactly. Like, she wasn't she wasn't meant to be mute. Like, I think they said, I think Monty's the one who said that. Yeah, she has a voice actor, guys. Trust.
Oh yeah, they did say that she was gonna have a voice actor.
Yeah, they just never did.
She technically does, because there's efforts in Volume 5 when she's in the Gothic Lolita outfit and she's fighting the tournament.
That was Casey, right?
And that's not real. That's not real.
It was Casey in the game, but they did all her runs.
I know
and stuff.
she did that gasp thing when she got umbrella'd away.
Oh, was that Casey as well in the show? Okay.
But that was also in Volume 3. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, when.
Yeah. I think every son of it she's always done has always been Casey.
Good.
Yeah, okay.
Casey's got a great voice. She should be in more stuff. Maybe when Neo comes back after her ascension, she will be voiced by Casey. Wouldn't that be great, Joker?
She will be fixed and she will have a voice, just like Penny was fixed
and
then got fixed. Because she wasn't perfect the way she was. Remember that? Okay, this material I should save for the podcast, bro.
No, don't worry. We can just don't worry. I got a million more.
What the fucks? It's like, do you know?
I got a million more of them. It'll be okay. But I will bring up again more of that Sun Penny stuff if we get to the end of Volume 1. I am gonna bring that up because I got more to say on that. No, just because it's I feel like
if you like
the
this
rewrite thing is the craziest thing.
Just wait until the podcast come out. Wait, should I say the name?
Ever after
Levi, it's your podcast. How about you take it?
Levi. Because I'm gonna end
this
episode.
Tell them about your fancy new thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Levi hates us. Never mind.
or don't. You with us, Levi? Did we lose Levi?
Hello.
Did he fall asleep?
What do you mean fall asleep? It's only
Oh, he's muting on muting. I think he's having technical issues.
Oh.
Okay, I see. Okay, well.
He got nervous.
Someone else explain it. Yeah, he doesn't know. He didn't want to explain his podcast.
He's like, I brought it up earlier, but I don't want to explain it now.
He's got the more.
It's still top secret. It's top secret. Only top people know about it.
Only tops can know about it.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I had said a lot actually during that entire conversation. Now that makes a lot of sense.
Oh no!
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, seriously, can it? Save trade. You're doing. I don't want to run your beautiful creative well out dry. Okay, but you gotta
save it. You gotta
save it. Contain it. Gotta channel those chakras for later.
You gotta open the third eye when the podcast happens.
Yeah, if you've been. Derekoi just got here and he hears you running your mouth about this. We've got to save these creative energies because if we burn them all here, we're going to get together for the podcast and it's going to be like, so what'd you guys think about Volume 1? And you're going to be like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I've already talked about this a lot. You're like, okay, cool. Well, we've got about 45 minutes to kill, so I'm going to do a visual origami. demonstration, and everyone will be in pain.
Yeah.
No, well, you just say all this stuff again, but like I'll have it all scripted out or something. Now.
If you get me on the Volume 1 podcast, I will talk about how all the models are kit bashed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
no, it's not.
everyone already knows that though, right? That's kind of like.
I don't think the casual viewer knows that.
No.
Specific. They're all based off of the Miku MMD. It was which Miku? TDA Miku. There we go.
Yeah.
TDA was the name of the artist, I believe.
Like Adam's hair is based off of a Bleach character's hair or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Good job.
Which makes me like him more because that's one of my favorite Bleach characters. What it's based on, which is cool.
Oh yeah, Grimjack.
Grimjo Jabberjaki.
So yeah, save your creative discussion because I have to have something to talk about later. Yeah.
What if I'm just not creative in general?
Then I would have to ask Kenzie, what are you doing if you're not creative here? Then
what are you doing? What do you do here?
It's faking it until I make it. That's what I'm doing.
That's a solid policy, honestly. I respect it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it's midnight, folks, so I'm gonna bust out of here and get to my.
You still didn't do it. Like we were asking to you for actually talk about the podcast.
I'm about to end the stream, so I wanted you to promote your thing before we.
Well, I can't promote it because it doesn't exist yet. But keep an eye out for the Ever After Hours podcast. It'll be a podcast where it'll be hosted by yours truly. Two folks joining me here on the call. Shrade and Daryl Coy will be. Kind of come a permanent host, and we'll have a revolving door of other content creators. I assume everyone on this call, should they be willing, would be a welcome guest. But we've also got some other artists in the community. We'll do a rewatch of the series, and it's pretty much kind of an uplifting rewatch of the series to kind of go over finer points of it that we enjoy. And given that we are all artists and not animators, most of us aren't, we are wholly unqualified to discuss more finer points of the series, but here we are doing it anyway because we are now in the throes of an infinite hiatus, and RWBY is dead. So we are going to kind of...
10th anniversary!
We are going to wear this series skin suit for as long as we can, folks.
Yeah, that's supportive. Remember not to tweet out Green Knight RWBY. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
According to Levi, it's dead and we need to wear its skin to have this podcast.
I've only tweeted the hashtag once, and I did it begrudgingly for the anniversary here.
Dude, I didn't get the memo. I didn't know that was part of the collab. I had scheduled the tweet and everything, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I haven't posted.
We were all forced to tweet it, kicking and screaming. Nobody agreed to it.
Yeah, I was like, well, you know what? I guarantee you, Warner Brothers is not about to look at my status and be like, hey, this Levi guy, and they'll be like, isn't he tangentially related to the critically acclaimed artist ModdedJoker that we did hire to make the covers for the Blu-rays? And they'll be like, I think so, but he's got that green light thing written down. I don't think I'll be the catalyst for Volume 10 being greenlit. So
yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe you would have been that last straw that would have broken
their back,
and then they would have finally
It would have changed the tides in the company.
You know, the CFO's walking around his office like just shaking his head. He's about stamping his feet. His Subway sandwich is a mess on his desk. It's just disgusting looking. It's got too much lettuce, and he's walking around angry. He's like, I swear, if I see one more green light Volume 10, I am. And he opens up Twitter, and there I am, and there's Pyrrha, a pile of ash in John's hands. He's like, there it is. I just gotta. All right, and then he calls Rooster Teeth.
Yeah. And also, he resolves the strike and pays people their fair wages.
He pays people their money. He gets a better sandwich, not from Subway. His day gets better.
Yeah.
He actually removes all those.
Solves world hunger.
Somebody in chat was asking where you can find the podcast or where you will be able to find it.
I'll upload it anywhere you can normally find a podcast, like Google Play or iTunes. I will likely upload an audio-only version onto YouTube at first. I don't have a a specific video format nailed down yet, and I'll be honest, I won't be spearheading that part of the conversion. So, but yep, anywhere you find your podcast, you should be able to find it. I would like to release it sometime in mid-August, if not early August. We'll see. Depends on when Keith can kind of wiggle his fine little tushy into the booth for the first episode. What's that?
Oh, never mind. You just say out-of-pocket stuff every once in a while, and I'm like, oh my god.
He did want to be on the first episode, and I would love to have him there, but he just has to get there and not be asleep for that. So.
Yeah.
Is that who the four are gonna be? Gonna be you?
It'll be me, Shrey, Jericho, and then Keith will be the fourth one for the first episode.
Got it.
Alrighty.
Nice.
So we will.
Wait,
It'll really be like the first 4 episodes of season 1, since season 1 and 2 will kind of fly past us at breakneck speed.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'll show up, but I will for sure be in the first episode that Neo appears. So.
Alright,
Okay.
so volume 2, episode 3 or 4, whatever it is. Paint the town.
Yeah.
That one and the Yang
Eight
and the
pounds
Neo.
could be
But I want
a
that
fun
one. I'm calling dibs on those 2 episodes right now.
Alright. Dibs on playing
Paint-
pieces, thank you.
On what?
Which
Players
one?
and
Players.
pieces.
Players and Pieces, episode 8 of season
I have-
1.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's
I
a good
will
one.
show up for the season 2 finale because I gotta see my girl. I gotta see my girl.
Coco. Yes.
I'm imagining Keith would just be like DM you, booking like, yeah, I'm privately booking all the volume 4 episodes with Vice only.
Yeah,
like that.
I'll have to beat Keith off with a stick to keep him away from too much stuff. But no. But he is a content creator, by golly, he is. So he's got to be in the
He's
show.
got content. If you're a Weiss fan, Keith is your man.
That's true.
Except when he draws his buddy Obsidious there, but you know.
Yeah, we ignore the blue-haired guy. But White checks out. That's
Just
all right.
self-insert to the blue-haired guy, and then retweet the art, and just
Yeah.
go through.
They just crop that part of the drawing out, so the focus on
Yeah,
the
paste your face on top of Keith Sosi.
But yeah,
There you go.
if you like Weiss and you like content, then follow Keith Montalvo on Twitter.
Yeah.
Why are we like giving him free promotion? He's not even here.
Don't do that. If you follow Keith, unfollow him right now. Just
Yeah.
If you if you follow Keith,
Unfollow
follow
him and said this is an ever artist prerogative.
yeah. He'll be there as a favor, as a service. And so
Service.
He needs
Yeah.
all the help he can get.
he does.
Because everybody knows he's a starving artist.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can find the podcast whenever it comes out. I'll make some announcements on Twitter here, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, to just warn the general populace that I'm about to do something horribly out of my depth and horribly out of everyone's depth. Nobody asked for it, so here it is.
Yeah, very early days, probably fun, casual.
Yeah, very, very casual. Don't expect any like really deep dissections into themes or anything like that. I'm going to be very loosey-goosey about it. So
You know,
There
when
might
we
be
said
alcohol
that's
involved as well.
I will have alcohol. Whether or not my co-hosts decide to have alcohol is entirely down to
The
them. but
drinking party?
I
And-
will be inebriated.
And
I-
eventually we will be covering non-RWBY content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
It
the
might
idea
be
of like
first,
doing like the adjacent things like Ice Queendom or like having a gab about Grim Eclipse or something horrible like that. Like I
Talk
feel like
about the Ruby manga
Yeah.
That's it.
by Shiro Miyawa.
we'll do the Shiro Miwa one first, and then we'll do the slightly more canonical, not prequel version.
Oh, the jump. I forgot. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then we can watch the movies that everybody totally asked for.
There we go.
Oh yeah, that was
And
one.
then we're gonna have to
Wait,
read both the RWBY and DC
Whoa.
comics and the DC and RWBY comics.
That's not good. That's not good. Too
Oh,
bad
you gotta
anyway.
read
About that
the
one, Chief.
Yeah. This is supposed to be a fun, casual kind of gathering, and if I have
And
to
then
read
we're
the
gonna watch
comics, it's gonna be a very hate-filled gathering.
And then we're gonna
People
read the Japanese light novels.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna look into it going, so why
Just
did
absolute-
they
just
so why did
absolutely
come out that
ferocious
Levi killed
feeling
himself?
of cards.
Yeah. Why did Levi? Why did he do a sweet gainer off the building there? Oh, he.
I mean, it was a sick backflip, but like.
Yeah, great form, honestly, but he did lose his head through his ass. And they'll be like, oh, he did read the DC comics, so Yeah, we'll skip that part. We'll skip straight to the drinking and the rewatch series. So that'll be fun.
I'd also like to point out me being on the podcast is also helping to fill out the ever after art is diversity pool.
It is, yes. I'm keen to show everybody that we are not all just we're not all just weird. Okay, well we're all weird. Actually, I'm gonna scratch. Let me start that sentence over. We are not all cum-brained men asterisk.
Bro,
So,
Man derogatory.
Everybody on this one.
anyone tuning into this that isn't in on the gag is probably like,
came in
wait,
to watch Cypher do art and
did you say
hearing you say.
Yeah, there's. I want to put a good focus on all the people in the community, and not just people in the Discord, but folks outside of the Discord that I do have a kind of a running list to reach out to that aren't artists, but just produce content for the community in other ways. So I would want to have them on to gab with, and since it's a very casual setting, I don't think that would be very intimidating at all. Hopefully not. So, fingers crossed.
Yeah, sounds like a very good idea.
Yeah, they all start as good ideas. I have so often so many bad ones, so I feel like if I have a good one, it's got to be worth something, right?
It's okay, me too.
Unfortunately, he does in fact miss.
I do miss. So.
Oh no! Ah!
No, yeah. Can you sing it louder again for the class?
No, please no. That just.
We're gonna get a copyright strike. I can play music on my phone.
I'd rather drink water, thanks.
On your phone.
All right, folks. Yeah, I'm gonna bounce. I got.
Yeah, I'm gonna conclude the stream too. I've finished this artwork. So thanks for coming, everyone. Both in the voice call and watching. I'll be streaming it tomorrow, same time, hopefully. Just continuing this project. So say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Probably.
Thank you for listening to our ramblings.
That's all, folks.
Like bother the official RWBY Twitter to retweet the RWBY 10th collab.